Do you mind if your wife earns more than you?
After we get married, 100%.
I don't see.
After, okay.
See, let me tell you.
Can you date a girl that's
See, let me tell you. I can date a girl that's
Slightly a
earning
bit
more.
yes.
See, I can date a girl
Slightly.
that's earning more. If I'm earning to the power that I don't actually need her money for stuff. She can earn more if she needs to. Let's be
Some
honest.
things are easier said than done.
Thank you.
Some things are
Am I not
easier
saying
said
No, I'm not
than
saying you
done.
know. You've been in it, but
Do
was
you
it
know
a long-term thing?
If this girl was single, you can't date her. What's her name? Temi's sister, Kobe's junior sister. You can't date that babe.
But
Why?
we're talking about
No, why?
Bro, why are you trying to
why?
use that to broke shame me? Hello,
Nobody is broke, bro.
No, exactly. See, what I'm saying is,
Okay.
in that context,
Maybe not her, but there are some babes that you would think yes, you love her, but
yes.
Okay, tech babe. Let's say you.
When she
Let's say you.
bring-
No.
that's
When
like,
I say
wait,
tech
guys.
babe, as in like, let's say she's a founder that she has.
No,
back.
guys. Let's
Okay.
let's set.
Okay, there's a
let's
girl I
set the
know.
stage
There's a girl I
properly.
know that's a
Yeah,
tech.
Let's set the stage
Okay.
properly.
What up, people? It's your favorite podcast, man. Back again with another one. My name is Michael Shanariwo.
And I'm Moro Nkoya.
And this is Menisms, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to another episode. Welcome. We got a special guest here with us today. He is somebody that I'm trying to keep it professional because I know him outside of what he does, but he's Nigeria's biggest food critic. If I'm correct?
Yeah.
If I'm correct?
Yeah.
Aha, Nigeria's biggest food critic, the man himself. How are you, my son?
Why are we shaking?
I
I'm
got you.
good. I'm good.
How are you?
Finally,
Would you like to
finally.
introduce yourself and tell people who you are?
I have this cocky intro that I usually do. I said,
That's exactly why I wanted him to do that. I said, you're
By all
going to see
means,
the
please.
personality of this
I always
boy.
say Google me. Like that's just type Nigerian food critic and like the first person you see is that's my
All right.
Energy again, welcome to the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to all our audio channels that are out there. And how have you guys been though? How's your week been?
Life is good. But booked and busy is not always good.
You're always talking about money every day, Baba.
I didn't even say money.
But you indirectly just did now.
No. You asked, but you
Booked
asked.
and busy.
I said it's not always good.
Fair.
It's not always, but you're always booked and busy too.
Me? That's what you all say. I accept
We've seen
it.
the post now.
God is good. How's your
Life has not been good, please. I've been struggling to get petrol for the last week. Petrol.
petrol?
Oh, I don't drive. Can't really.
Even without driving, now that they say they don't
Man,
sell
Uber
in
prices
kegs
have
anymore.
been. I own like boats prices have skyrocketed. All you guys that use boats every day, respect to you, because my car has been in the shop now for 2 months because of my engine, and then I've had to just take boats everywhere. The amount of money I've given this company here. Just to even go from Ikoyi Lekki every day is 4K back 4K. That's 8K. So imagine the person that works a 9 to 5 that takes boat to work every day that has to spend 4K or 5K going coming back. That's 10K. That's your
Salary gone.
Sorry,
bro. So
Yeah, but
respect to people, man. Like
please,
you guys
please.
are trying, Sha.
As much as because again we're young people on this podcast. Not every day we talk about our problems.
No,
Let's have some good news.
No, there's good news,
Something
but
for
we
us
still have to tell the people. People have to.
No.
relate.
Of course.
This is
Reality checking is.
I guess that's good. Like it rained this morning.
It rained, so
Get
I
your
mean, it
cuddles
depends
on.
on how you look at it. For some people, it's a disaster.
Those on the island.
So yeah.
But what was my week? My week's been good. I've been indoors, honestly.
Really?
I started Game of Thrones.
Oh wow!
Yeah, first time, bro.
Are you serious?
So is that
greatest show
you're watching
ever,
Game of
man.
Thrones, or while you're just watching Game of
I'm
Thrones?
just watching.
I'm just
not the
like,
biggest fan, but like I watched some and like it's good stuff.
It's the greatest show ever made, man. I've never had a show that has literally kept me
Greatest
in my room. Yes, because I'm not even a
Debatable.
Kilo your
No,
friend.
the reason I say is I'm
Debatable.
not even a series person, but my friends have been pushing me. Like even when Game of Thrones came out, my friends kept pushing me. Watch. I'm like, I ain't watching
I
that
think I
shit.
wasn't yet too.
Then it was my babe this week that said, look, watch this show. You're going to love it because she's watched it 4 times. I don't know how
damn.
the girl has done it.
As in, you mean
She has watched every
Back to
season
back.
back to
What?
back 4 times in her lifetime. So me, I said, let me try this thing. Omo, I never leave my room for 2 days this week.
Have you seen Friends?
I hate that show. I think
Yeah,
it's
no, I
it's
think
the worst.
sitcoms are.
I think it's one of the most overrated shows of all time.
Wow.
I think sitcoms are an acquired taste.
Do you know,
I think you have
let
to
me tell
kind
you
of
why.
like sitcoms
Because
to like sitcoms.
in America there used to be some black shows that were similar to that. Like there was a show called
Friends was based off of
Living,
Living Single.
Yeah.
was based off.
this
Friends
babe was
based
there.
off
They
of
were
Living
exactly,
Single.
and Living Single to me was like the show. Then Friends came, and obviously because I'm not saying it's just because they're white, but because obviously it was a white market that controls.
I mean, I watched both of them, and Friends to me is better.
How so?
It's just a better
there's
storyline.
I think
better
casting,
jokes,
better casting.
better everything.
Are you saying better casting because
Not-
of who they are now?
No,
or who
when I
they
was
were
younger, I
then?
watched it.
No,
Sorry,
no.
I didn't care about all these things when I was younger.
I
just enjoyed
I
it
feel
more.
like I couldn't relate to Friends the way I could relate to and again, maybe I'm saying that in a biased way.
The
based off-
sarcasm in Friends,
based
like,
off
I
how
stopped playing.
because I realize a lot of people internationally love Friends, but obviously in America now, based off Black Americans and all that,
Queen
you
Latifah,
relate.
that's the name I was looking for.
Black Americans, you could relate with living single now because like, okay, this is what black people are going through. But if you watch Friends, like, I don't go through this. But international audiences, they're
We
like,
don't go through
oh, it's the
either.
personalities.
Yes.
It's the personalities. Like,
I was
oh,
going to say the versatility of their personalities. Well, their character traits were just there were no two of the same people. It was just the casting. The reason why I say casting was good was
I
because
think anybody could have done
they
it.
didn't make
to be
you
honest.
feel like there was a repeat of anything.
it was the whole show felt like a repeat of everything.
How?
I don't think it did.
It's like every day,
was
okay,
just
these
a
Oibo
kiss.
people are together. That,
Very
they have
dating.
one new adventure.
Like, so, like,
they had
Friends
schedules.
has many quotes. Like, it was just a kiss. We're not dating. Everyone knows that quote. So I live in some. Give us one or two quotes that those who watch it will know.
It's
like,
not about
Quotes or
I wouldn't
one-liners.
necessarily. I'm the worst person because of my marriage. I can tell you like episodes, like Fresh Prince now to me is one of my favorite shows of all time.
In
I
its
can't
time.
tell you the quotes, but I
Okay,
can tell
fair
you the
enough.
moments of it. So that's just me. But like I said, maybe I'm being biased because like I said, I couldn't relate to even now. I tried to watch it as an adult. And I'll be watching like, hey Chandler, and I'm like, ew, it's like my wife.
Well, maybe for one, you like to watch shows that you can relate to, and so by virtue, because that
I
didn't fall
relate
in
to
line
Game
with
of
that.
Thrones.
You know, what I say, I'm
Actually,
talking
I
about
take that
sitcoms
back. I can't because Game of Thrones is all personality. There's some
and all
personality.
fighting for that.
But season 1 was
First place.
boring though. Like,
I
it's
stopped,
like
Really?
a
I stopped at
slow.
season 2.
I
For me,
actually
like season 4, I think. No,
what
so
Game of Thrones.
yeah, like season 1 is like
No, I was shocked. Everybody
it's a
said that.
slow kidney. Then season 2, season
See,
3.
right now I'm on
So-
season 6, episode
Okay.
1 right now.
Damn.
Season
You
1.
began this week or last week?
I just started last week.
Damn.
I said I've not left
I
my
think-
room, bro.
I think-
Back to back, back to back, back to back.
6 seasons.
Every morning. I said I was shocked. There's one day like
Oh
clients
my
were calling
goodness.
me even. Shouldn't have you done your deadline?
Just-
I just did. I said, don't worry, I'll get back to you. Just the watch. Tyrion.
Damn.
My favorite character is that Tyrion nigga, man. Like
I like him so.
I like my horse.
I like him.
No, but I think that he's the favorite of most people actually.
Who Tyrion?
Yes, even down to his poise, to his
Like the way the guy carry himself is like there's a lot of inner
I
confidence.
like that
Yeah.
queen too, the villain.
Cersei.
Seriously, I love her.
I know it's still carries.
See,
You
I
see the way she
hated
carries herself
her.
I
as well.
You know
love
what's
her.
funny?
I hate
hated
to love her. That's
I
me.
hated her the
No,
whole time.
I hate the
until-
character, but like I love what she,
Yeah, that's
like,
why I hate to love
like,
her.
I
Yeah,
love
hate
what
to
she
love her.
stands for. That you poppers, I am not on your level.
Okay, I didn't say that one.
The worst you do is shout,
This is-
but you cannot do shit.
I
Yet
don't-
you beat me in the market,
why do you
but I
relate-
am still better than you.
You see, relatability. Eh?
That's
I
No,
love that character.
I hated her the whole time until she did that walk of shame. When
Yeah.
they had to do that walk of
They-
shame, and when you saw the hate in her eyes, I'm like, oh, I like you because I can feel like, I don't know what's
she
going
had that
like now.
main character
That's why I said I'm on
syndrome.
episode that they just released her now, so I'm just like I can't wait to see what she does.
Like, even though you are beating me now, this is the closest you would ever get to me in your pathetic little lives.
Okay, this
You
wow.
pieces of shit on Twitter. You were saying continue.
It seems like you have a lot built in that you want to. This is the show
No,
for
no,
it.
just
You know,
Twitter, just
Menisms.
Twitter.
This is where you release. So do you have something for
No,
people on
love
Twitter?
and lights, love
What's
and
going on
lights.
with Twitter? Because
So,
I
like,
always
your
hear about
vibe
the
here-
I always hear about the toxic nature of Twitter. So you felt it.
So, like, yeah, many times now.
In fact, let's talk about something. This is the show, by the way. On Menisms, we're very honest.
I know. I listen.
Yeah.
But your vibes is love and light vibes, though. So, like, let me not bring my Gbazbos
No,
vibes
we're
here.
ready for you, but we have a quite. Let's talk about something. I don't know if you saw it. So
Yeah.
there was a video on Twitter. I saw it. Obviously, I'm not going to message you and say, "Hey, bro," but I was like, There was a chef. That
Oh,
called you
yeah.
out.
Oh,
Call
that
him Chef
hurts.
Fu.
That it was
hurts.
trending.
This was
And-
what? This was, I think, in.
I don't remember. It was
If
sometime
it-
this year. There's
Yeah,
a
it
chef
was a
that
few
called
weeks
you
ago.
out on Twitter, and then the video went viral. Like she was calling you like, "Oh, he's not this, he's not that," and obviously, I can relate to you
I
in
will
a way.
address it here.
No, that's
Go
it's
ahead,
good. That's what I
yes,
said. I can
do it
relate
now.
to you in a way that, as being a social presence now, it comes with the good and bad in terms of the cheering and then the criticism. So my first question is one. How did you feel when you saw that video? Because I'm sure it's
I
not
know
your
why.
first time being criticized, but
I
that
know.
one was like a trending one. Two, when people question your legitimacy about what you do, how do you prove them wrong?
So the first one, hashtag no Okpe, no views. The chef and our partner, they started a podcast, a food podcast, and two of them don't like me. We say at events, they give me like this cold shoulder. So I'm like, you're starting your podcast, and for the first episode, you are inviting me. In the food space, I'm not trying to cap, like, if I touch anything in the food space, you are going to get numbers. And it's not an if, they are received. So they invite, so I'm like, you don't like me, but you're doing a podcast. And you know if Okpe comes there for the food stuff, you get views. So I'm like, no, I'm not coming. So I kept telling them I'm busy. For like 3 months, back to back, I'm busy. And they got the message and they just, I don't know. Then I did a post talking about jollof rice. Jollof rice is, the smoke is gotten from it being burnt and not from the wood, and she attacked me. So I'm like, you can disagree with me without insulting me. And I called her a bitch, and I stand on what I said. I think she's what I called her. I stand on it. So I like told her that don't be insulting me. If you disagree with me, disagree. Don't be saying you don't have sense, your followers don't have sense and everything. So I did that and she just, used it as an opportunity to just, that was a podcast promo basically. If you watch the video, it ends with, if you want more knowledge about food that's authentic, listen to our podcast. That was a podcast promo. No Okpe, no views. That is the highest number that any of our posts has ever gotten. Literally check our page on Instagram, on Twitter, like 1K views, 200, 1K views, 50K views. So it's like, no Okpe, no views. So I knew what she was doing. Very, very smart strategy. I'll do the same thing too if it was me. So yeah, that's why she did it.
Fair enough. So how about the second part where how do you prove people wrong with questioning your authenticity?
Why am I proving them? Like, why do I need to?
So we're in a part of the world where people believe that without any kind of professional qualification, your experience alone doesn't quite qualify you for certain roles or to mount certain platforms, so to say.
I'll answer the question. Yeah. So if you Google a food critic, it will say a food critic is a journalist whose beat is reporting food. It's like a sports journalist now. To be a sports journalist, do you need to know how to play football, or do you need to know how to understand football to be a sports journalist?
Definitely more the understanding than the
exactly.
playing.
So being a food, like literally on Google, it is a food journalist, a person that reports food. And I studied mass communication. I majored in journalism. I was a food journalist for years, but I did not blow. But like that's why I don't like answering this question, because like I have done the work, right. But I did not blow then, and it's not that I've blown now that all of you are now. It's like, why are you asking me? So I don't like answering such, because it's like if you studied medicine, it's like Apoko doctor now also has this problem because people in his field are always coming for him. And
doctor.
Yes, but it's like he's a doctor. He's just doctor. Doing. So it's like if you don't believe. Also too, I always tell when I go to like podcasts that can you not focus on the negatives, because yes. So it's like I always say it's that if you enter a room full of 100 people and you're blindfolded and you heard 30 people shouting, "I hate Opeyemi," and 70 are quiet, you swear that everybody in that room hates this guy. So those who don't like you, they make the loudest noise. But those who dislike you support you quietly. So that's why I'm like, let's not focus on the negatives.
That's a cool.
And focus on the actual majority positive, but they're mostly quiet. I don't even mean
Yeah, I mean, I like this because you've actually, hit the nail on the head. You've clarified that, you actually did the bits you needed to do to get to the point you've gotten to. I mean, I'll give an example. It's not like I had any prior experience in podcasting. I don't have any. But nobody can tell me I'm not good at what I do. Nobody can tell us we're not good at what we do.
But the numbers be numbering though. Exactly. So even if they disagree and they, do a video,
the evidence
saying you are this thing, but the numbers be numbering.
Agreed.
And your fans, like you have more fans. Yeah. That's even if you have haters. Like you have more fans that F with you and stuff. So it's like.
In fact, I think in the beginning, people tried. Like they tried. So there was a stigma.
The podcast boys don't
listen.
So
earlier on when the podcast culture was really starting, they're like, "Oh, men with backs." People tried to hate.
I think you were an exception though.
Yeah. You
were an exception.
People tried to put us in that bandwagon. It was an actual effort to try, but the truth is when the content is contenting, there's really you can't really question that,
But would you guys say that you play it safe sometimes and you walk on eggshells?
I mean, I definitely do. I would agree with you on that.
I don't.
Him
You
not
don't?
as much. I
Okay.
definitely do. I would agree that I do.
I
I
mean,
do
in the end-
sometimes.
So like,
I'm always on
I'm
the
not
bridge
saying
of
like be
home
toxic,
training
but it's like these guys I watch, they're holding back.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I definitely do
Who's-
sometimes.
like, what you say for us or
Generally, but him mostly, but
Yeah,
generally
yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
you've stopped, but there was a time both of you equally
no? The
held
only
back
time I said the only time I did it was when we started, just because we didn't know.
the direction.
Like
Yeah.
again, for me, I'm
Navigating,
just not
I
like
guess, you just-
personally. I'm a private person. Like as much as I do content and all, like I mind my business.
Mhm.
I don't like putting my personal business unless I say. it.
Which makes sense.
So why I was a bit apprehensive was just like I want to gauge how it is. Then when I just saw like, okay, people fuck with it, and the thing is, even beforehand, I was already blowing up. I've already
Story
blown up
time,
on
no,
TikTok,
TikTok.
for years, and all.
yeah.
So it's just like, okay, if I'm already blowing up on TikTok and that's going 200k, 400k, 1 million,
What's the difference?
what's Menisms? But I think what the difference is with Menisms, you also have to treat it like a business where we have to be a bit more, not that we're
Refined,
over professional,
yes.
but like on TikTok, all this stuff now, man, I
Personal,
can do that
free
all I
game.
want. But here, there's a certain standard that we also are creating because, like I said, it's a business that we also want to compete with the top podcast. So we don't want to just be like, that's girl is or nothing. It's like, okay, let's keep a certain standard. You
Also,
know?
you're helping men and young, at least to me, from what I get, like this podcast, if you're a young guy and you're impressionable, listen to them. Like your content, in my own opinion, actually helps men and young boys.
That's the thing.
You heard
know
it
what's
first.
funny? You
And it's
saying
not
that-
toxic.
You know what's funny? You saying that is why I know a lot of girls, and the thing is, like, a lot of women like love us, but you also have the women that criticize us too. And one thing I learned from it is
They're
that
probably on Twitter.
See, you know what? Let's
Probably
I don't,
Twitter
I don't know
babes.
what you people
let's
on
talk a
Twitter have
little
done
more.
to
Let's
this.
talk a little more about this Twitter thing because
Ghetto.
so I lost my old Twitter account and I had more followers there than I do
Dumbasses.
now. Right. So
What did
and-
they,
Let me know,
You are
pour
and
sand in your
since-
Gary.
positive-
Come on,
positive-
No,
positive.
sorry,
Sorry,
and
sorry.
since I
Not
lost
so
that,
smart people.
I agree with you. Since I lost that Twitter account, so it was nice because I mean I guess now we monetize social media platforms and once you have good following, people want to use you as a brand ambassador for whatever. So, but that was the only value I could get from having a lot of followers on Twitter, right? Twitter as a space is a place where you can't really. Let me tell you. At some point, our producer was on my head. Posted it on Twitter. I said, look, that Twitter crowd
You get numbers,
is a
but not the
very-
numbers you
you
want.
want is a very questionable crowd, right?
Very.
Because no one actually thinks before they type. And of course, I'm only generalizing here, right?
And Elon is now
And-
paying them to say their intrusive
now
thoughts.
they intentionally
What
want
do you
to
mean he's
talk
paying
without typing.
You get paid for tweeting now.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
if you get a
Not on
good
Twitter anymore,
if you
so-
get a good number of views and you're verified, you get paid.
You get paid for tweeting. And how do you get numbers in Nigeria? You don't
Controversial
tweet
topic, just drop anything.
Positive stuff will not get you the numbers.
I think since the platforms like TikTok now, I can't do Twitter anymore just because like it's like you get typing your thoughts. It's like me, I'm the kind of person say it. Let me hear from your mouth. That's why I say I like your stuff now because it's like even when you're talking, it's like sometimes I always tell people with content I can tell who's bullshitting, who's not. Like the way they speak. And when you say your stuff now on your videos now, I'm just like this nigga's being himself.
Chef will be seeing me, but she would not approach me or bad on the phone, but in person she'd
I
be
feel
panicking.
like you know what's funny? I
Like
feel
we've met many times, one. It's always one awkward hi.
You know what's funny? I feel like, and this is my challenge, Chef Fu, if you're listening to this, because I feel like you may listen to our episodes once in a while. I feel like both of you should actually do that podcast
It
episode.
will
And
never happen.
I know it will never happen.
It will never happen. Nobody,
because
literally
I know
now,
why. I know why it will never
every
happen.
single person watching had no idea about that failing podcast. But now, they will listen to the failing podcast and they'll get numbers.
Damn. Okay. All right. Fair enough. So
Love is love.
Yes,
We're
all
all
love
about
here
love.
still.
Love.
All love here
But
still.
all I was gonna say is because he knows me, I'm the kind of person. If we have an issue, we go talk it out.
I
feel
don't
like
have an issue with
no,
you.
not
You're
that you
the one
don't.
that has
But I
an
was just
issue.
saying the last, like in terms of post, like if you guys actually had that discussion, I feel like even for you,
To prove myself to
no,
her.
not even proving yourself, bro. You have already you're established. It's no need to come down. I'm just saying
I only
that.
speak with successful chefs.
And on that note, we are going to the
Yeah.
Can
So-
we have a drink, please?
yes,
Can
let's
we have a drink?
We
My
have
God.
questions to read.
All right, so again, we got some comments and questions from y'all. So thank you guys for sending in. We appreciate you guys. I'm going to read one from one of y'all. The first one is from Doritos. My boyfriend wants to take me for idiot. Hi, Michael and Murua. This might be long, so please bear with me. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 3 years, and at first we were great, but this man decided to go and cheat on me. In the early stages of our relationship, I always told him that cheating was a deal breaker for me, and I would always say, before you think about cheating, don't forget that you are not only attractive. Don't forget that you are not the only attractive person in this relationship. Now, fast forward 7 months ago when I found out he cheated on me. I tried to leave the relationship, but he begged and said he wouldn't do it again. I wanted to believe him so bad, but I know for a fact that my ancestors did not die for me to believe such bullshit. I never went through his phone or questioned his movements whatsoever because I felt like I had established my standards enough in the relationship. And honestly, I just didn't have the energy to be snooping around. I guess he got too comfortable and forgot to clean up after his escapades, which is how I found out he was cheating. His side girl sent him some explicit photos, which he responded to at the dinner table, somehow forgetting that he wears glasses. Jesus Christ.
Chai. Wait, can we pause for a second? Like, where's glasses? She saw the reflection, caught the picture. Oh man,
Wait, really?
Damn.
Where's glasses? I saw it.
So like, he
Saw
was
the naked
using his
photo,
phone,
basically.
naked pictures.
It's like the way you now your shades. If I see it on your glowing glass, I see babe on your phone. Women.
I have feedback on this, but
Anyways,
I don't sound like a liar.
Anyways, after the begging, I told him that the only way we can keep on with the relationship is if we open up the relationship, which he surprisingly agreed to. Maybe he didn't think I was serious. LMAO. We set some ground rules, one of which was that we can't talk about the people we are seeing. Basically, do your thing and lock up. I've been entertaining other men, but I haven't slept with anyone just yet. But of course, my boyfriend doesn't know that, and I haven't slept with anybody. But of course, my boyfriend doesn't know that I haven't slept with anybody yet. He thinks I'm getting my back blown. LOL. My boyfriend has also refused to touch me because he thinks I'm sleeping with other men. Anyways, I met this guy who I think I might actually like, and I'm scared of what these feelings might do to my relationship. I still love my boyfriend, but I don't know if I can trust him again, and honestly, I don't have another 2 years to give to my boyfriend before he decides to fuck things up again. I'm 29 years old and I want a husband at this point. I don't have energy for games. This new guy I met is literally sweeping me off my feet. He makes me feel so secure. I guess I'm just confused because it might be too early to tell if he's also a weary or worse. But I'm tired of looking for love in this Lagos, I beg. I just want to find my husband and be a happy wife. What do I do? Should I leave my boyfriend or give him another chance? Should I leave my boyfriend or give him another chance? Either ways, I'm losing one of them or maybe even both, regardless of the decision I make. Help.
So first of all,
She's a victim. I feel bad for her.
so a victim, yes, but at the same time, I feel like she led herself down a spiral of decisions that she's not going to be able to come back from so easily, right? The first thing is even suggesting an open relationship. Of course,
Shout out Chivas.
Good people. Anyways, the first thing is suggesting to even open a relationship. I'm sorry, but of course, again, that's my personal decision. I am not an advocate for anything open. If you're going to end it. If you're going to be single, be single. You may understand the concept. Yes, agreed, right? But in this stage, you're still building things. You're not. So first of all, the first mistake, in my opinion, was suggesting to open the relationship. Right now, you've set up terms that are supposed to help you guys respect, the open relationship. Now, your boyfriend is not touching you. You're not doing things with other men. And now you've caught feelings for one of them. Now, here are my questions. These feelings that she's having, because she's saying that the new guy makes her feel secure, makes her feel this. Did she not also feel these same things when she first met her boyfriend? Because I imagine she started dating this boyfriend that she's not in an open relationship with because he was giving her these same things. Security, love, blah, blah, blah. To me, it looks like the same cycle about to start up again. You walk into another relationship. Oh, this guy's sweeping me off my feet. Break up with this old guy. Start this new guy. 3 years down the line, new guy too is also be moving a little weird, or he has even cheated. So now my point is, I think she needs to. She's a victim, no doubt on that, right? But she needs to really sit back and think about what direction she's intentionally trying to go into. 1, 2. I would also say that the kind of men she's dating, I feel like it's something.
No.
I'm not blaming her, because in the end, look,
we're in Lagos.
in the end, you have to make your decisions on how you're going to move forward. I don't think she should follow this new guy.
Okay.
Because to me,
I don't think so too.
To me, it's a spur of whether she wants to agree or not.
I think she should.
Let me tell you why. Whether she wants to agree or not, there is some bitterness that is pushing her towards this guy. that's coming from her current boyfriend,
Simple.
right? And I think her decisions are not entirely based, but are slightly
You know,
driven by
you're
that.
saying this, you're speaking like with logic, but let's be very honest with
I can only
ourselves.
speak with logic. I can't
Because
speak with the
if you
emotions
see-
she's feeling.
Because I think she can do whatever she likes and move on. I think she should, because it's like I said, the guy didn't respect that she caught him. You see, there's a difference between. I'm not
I
saying
mean,
cheating is wrong.
The phone showing. Wait, you can't blame. no, So he's cheating. So the respect part. If a baddie sends you nudes and you open it, how is that disrespect? Like you're already cheating. He wasn't being sloppy. If he was leaving condoms and
He
stuff,
was being sloppy.
by you opening,
Nigga, let's be real. If you
He's
have
not
a
being
girl,
sloppy, you understand?
I'll say
because
yes
if you
because
have
you're
a
doing
girl-
it in the presence
particular-
Yes.
of your partner.
not taking the call, though.
No, did
Someone
you not
sent
hear-
you a
Did you not hear the
DM.
context of it? He
And
said
you
that
open
they
the
were at
DM.
the dinner table. They were at the dinner table.
She sends you a DM, you open the DM, and it's breast are showing.
No. So wait.
He was looking at. It wasn't like
No,
It
Yeah,
was
so
like
I think there are
okay.
different context. Yeah, I don't think it's that he wasn't expecting it to be nudes because
The
that's
guy
the
knew.
direction going in. I think he knew what he was sent and he opened it in.
I'd like to
presence.
ask though. So first of all, two questions. No, one question, one statement. And I know you guys might not honestly answer because, like,
Go ahead.
are men, Nigerian men, are men naturally monogamous?
I'll say no.
Okay.
Yes.
What about you? Naturally.
Naturally, I don't think men are monogamous.
Yeah.
Naturally.
From the
Yeah.
plethora of men I've experienced in my life growing up,
you
I'll
just
say
answered. You
monogamous
just
men,
answered your question.
They fight
I'll
they
say
fight
no, I'll say no.
themselves. So it's like if you are a lion, being a vegetarian, you like naturally you're a carnivore, but you eating vegetables, which is being monogamous, is you fighting against your natural
I
instinct.
think
That's the way I
it's-
see it.
I see it as it's just.
I
at
think
the
it's
end of the day,
discipline, if you
It's
ask me.
discipline
This,
at the end of the day, because
same here. So
you
I'm
see,
asking, no, don't
because
take offense.
even when he said his answer, like the men you've been around, for any of us, everybody gets their opinion from your experiences and what you see.
Fair enough.
So it's like there's one time I even said on this show, especially in a place like Nigeria, the things that are glamorized or
Or the
talked about the
negative.
most, always cheating men, Lagos men are this, that. We never heard the positive stories of men that have been with their wives for years, that have treated their wives good and all. So, like he said, I think it's a case
You
of
guys give us positive stories now. Yeah, in a healthy
we try our
relationship.
best. We try our best.
I speak
We're
about
trying.
it positively.
We try our
Thank God.
best.
It's good.
It's good.
Also, to number two, I have this theory, and I don't know if you'd agree or disagree, that as a man, first of all, do not cheat. But if you are not married and you happen to cheat on your girlfriend and she catches you, leave that relationship.
Agreed.
No matter what.
So first of
Wait,
all,
say
in
that
this
again?
in this scenario,
if you are not married and you are
Yeah.
dating someone,
Mhm.
first of all, cheating is bad. But you are cheating and she catches you cheating. I believe as a man, immediately, even if she says, I forgive you,
leave.
leave. Except
Yeah.
maybe if from the onset, you know that, okay, like this person is cool with men cheating. Like some women have this, men who cheat, I'm fine with it. If from the onset, like she's that kind of person. But if she's the kind of person that says, I will not take it and she forgives you, I believe as a man, if you are not married, leave.
So personally, I agree with you, and I'll tell you
Why?
why I think I agree with you.
They're going to, like, first of all, your freedom is gone, power will shift, and things will just change.
So
and
is
it's
it
not being
power?
your favor.
Is
Yeah,
it,
so-
is it
so-
the relationship? Is it a power,
Power-
struggle,
so-
or is
so
it a relationship?
Don't make power seem like a negative thing. You get, like, in some things the woman has power, in some things.
Mhm.
In some things the man has power. It could be equal. So, shifting hands, like, if both of you were on this level, once you cheat, boom, this is where she is. If she calls you, you must pick. If you don't pick, you must answer. If she does this, like, you must start doing some things that maybe before, like, it's not a must you did. Like, if you had a call now, you are recording, you will silence it, then you pick later. But I called you, did not pick. Why? Why did you not pick?
Okay,
Video
so-
call, did not do it.
So
Why?
I think
Like,
it's
some
the
questions.
wording. I
Yeah.
think it's the wording
I
here.
think it's please help
So-
me before they.
What he's really
Please help me
what he's
out.
really trying to say is that
Mhm.
it's not power changing, it's the dynamics that power gives you,
The
right?
dynamic.
So say for example, our dynamic in our relationship is maybe when you call me, I would pick. If I don't pick, you're not going to question.
It's not, yeah,
But then now the dynamic would change to you call me, I don't pick, you are going to
no
question.
problem.
And then there's going to be things that will trail after that, like maybe you're going to start creating scenarios which you would never have done before. And so by virtue of that, dynamics in a relationship will just change. I'm trying to step out, I'm going to quickly go to the grocery store. Now you're going to think, really, is it just grocery store? Whereas before,
If you're
it is,
15
grab me
minutes
something.
late. Why are you 15 minutes
Yeah,
late for
so,
just a grocery
so all of
store?
that dynamic changing will start to make the relationship so uncomfortable.
I'm
So-
partnering with my guys. Who are those two girls behind you? Who are they?
or it
Before,
will be,
it's just
it's normal. Or it would even be that, is it those same guys that even introduce you to, so
I
it
feel like-
changes.
And I'm not speaking from experience.
Let me defend the women to an extent
Yeah.
here and say there's also a case of that's also us sort of throwing out our insecurities in terms of see how we're already talking about the post results of if we cheat, right? Which you're not wrong, by the way, is most likely happen, but that's still based off our thinking in terms of if I don't pick, she might be doing this. Because some women now
Still the dynamics.
but what I'm saying is some women now, not every woman is going to be like that. There are some that become more, but there's some that are like, okay, it's going to be what it is. All right, cool.
And
I'm
that's
chilling.
why.
So now you in your head, all these
Yes.
things you guys are saying,
It
at the
can
end
be
of the day,
psychological,
it's not
yes.
even- it's all us. So
Yes.
that's why I say you're not wrong in terms of like say it's still a power shift, but it's
You
more
start
in your
reacting
mind.
to nothing.
But start
Okay,
because
fair
you're so
enough.
paranoid about every little thing. Meanwhile, she can just be chilling. Doing
And I
nothing.
still think that's part of the dynamic. So again, it's dynamic because even if it's psychological, now what we used to do in our relationship can't work the same way. Even if I'm the one thinking in my head that she might think this, that's only also a result of my actions, which is why it still comes back to him saying, just leave. Particularly because no matter what, it can be the same. And when it can be the same, even when she's doing things that she normally wouldn't do, you would now start thinking, again, the psychological
trying to
thing,
revenge?
is she trying to, exactly, is she now seeing other guys because I
Cheating
did
is
it? So,
bad. Cheating
so it's
is
a lot
bad.
of things, right? There's a lot of things to trail down from that. And I think I agree with him. And that's why I said I agree with him when I say, just walk away, right? In fact, out of the respect for both of you, and if that kind of thing happens, I would definitely say, look, this. I
but at the
believe
same
I can be a
time,
better
like,
person moving
it's
forward.
not
For
to say-
women, I think, like if a man catches you cheating, I'll tell the woman to run away faster than so because
Oh yeah, men
most
have the
women will
ego.
forgive the men. But do you think men forgive? I heard married men actually have a lot of cheating wives in Lagos. It's just men don't talk.
That's what
I heard
I
that gist.
was just
They have a
about
lot
to, what
of-
I was
I
going to
heard
say.
that men don't talk, but a lot of
What I was
married men
even
in
going to
Lagos
say is
have
that
cheating wife stories.
with what you just said now is like, for example, now even with cheating, I'm sure like the older generation they've had a lot of those cases
A lot.
because again, as much as we said it before, it's all what we hear outside. I'm sure there's some healthy marriages that they've been together. Like maybe there was a one time. Because
That
we're all
was a
human.
slip up.
That's the thing. I'm not saying every relationship there's always one slip up, but we're human beings. At the end of the day, you
As a
get.
married man, how would you handle the God forbid if you are married, you have a wife with 2 kids, and you catch her?
To be honest, it's a very good question because it's not one that's easy to answer, right?
Like it's not you think
Yeah.
evidence, proof. This person
happened.
is knocking this name, but they've been knocking since, and you catch her.
So you know what? I think there are a lot of things to think about. Because one, if you're in the stage of marriage, then it means that you. Sorry, let's pause for a second. Sorry, you have to adjust your mic so you're closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, ready to go. Very good. So I think there are a lot of questions to ask in that regard, and one of them is, you're married with 2 kids already, right? A lot of people consider how far the journey has come. Now, not saying that thinking about the journey means you condone cheating, right?
Mhm.
But these are things to think about. You think about the fact that your children are stable with knowing there's one mom, one dad, people they regard as parents.
Yeah.
The minute you start to break that up, you're starting to disorient their idea of, whether it's good to keep a, strong parents household or you guys should just go ahead and split regardless. Because some people say, look, fuck the children. This is about my life. I'm not happy in this. Let's move. And that's a very respectable way to think as well, right? Which is why I said there's a lot to think about. I think it comes down to the kind of personality of person you are. If you're someone who would overlook the action and see maybe, have a foresight into the greater good, you can be like, okay, you know what? It happened, but what would I be losing? And what would I be
find
gaining?
out that this person has always been a cheater?
You know what? In that case, I'll just answer straight up. I'll just say, look, realistically, it just won't
But I'll
work
change.
anymore.
I'll change. I won't do it again. You've caught me. Like,
To be honest, I think
if she gives it, I'll change. I won't do it again.
No. So I think the basis of the cheating is not the fact that you are changed. Is the fact that no matter what you do, my psychology has been affected now, and I can't think like how I used to. I can't trust you, even if I try. I can't trust you the same way. So no matter what, my brain will first think you're going out. I have to remind myself that, oh no, this person has changed. This person is
we
not.
even question the marriage that did she marry me because it was convenient for her to marry me
And she really
while
didn't
being
want
in
me.
the streets. So
Exactly.
she did not love me. It's just I'm of age. Let me
Everything
just find
fell in
one man to
place.
tie down while I.
So there's a lot to think about. But I think in that regard, I'll just say, look, we can stay legally as a married couple, legally, so that there's no issue of.
There are many of those. So
A lot of those.
there are many of those.
A lot. If I know some personally, they stay legally. Like, okay, you know what? Just for documentation reasons, we have too many things at stake
Some even
that are
live
tied
together.
to this. But there's like, you know what? You do your thing, I do my thing. We're seeing other people, and that's it.
Cheating is bad.
In front of the children, we're a couple or we're this, but
the kids
outside
will
of
know
that,
eventually now.
of course, over
once they
time
get
they do,
older.
yeah.
Cheating
Yeah,
is
they
bad.
Yeah. Let's go to the second one then.
yeah. So let's go.
Would you advise her?
Oh, actually, yes. No, my own advice. So just the
Bro,
two of
leave that
them,
man.
leave them. The two of
I thought that
themselves.
was the advice.
Leave the man, you deserve better. And I feel bad for the girl because she's the victim in this
Oh
situation.
yeah, in all regard, she is.
She's the victim. I'm saying let's
3
open it.
years.
Probably was to spite him, but not to actually sleep with other men. Just to make him jealous back.
I don't even think it was to make him jealous. I think it was to justify whatever she wants to do moving forward, or her decision to keep him close. I don't think it was just to spite him. It was so that she can give herself a reason that, okay, me still keeping him in my life is with the conditions I agree with.
Okay.
Not to feel like, she's still answering to his
power
terms.
thing, basically.
Exactly. So still back to that. All right.
girl.
So let's go to number 2. Here we have Sheba. This is, I remembered one time like that. After collecting money from a particular guy several times, I decided to go visit him, and I know he would want to make advances. I ate to my satisfaction, watched movies, slept off. He woke me up in the middle of the night to, Omona, so I fake asthma attack.
Oh.
Tell him I'm an asthmatic patient. Sorry, I don't. What? What?
Guys, if you're going to send things, please make sure that there's punctuation. Make sure the sentences are right.
What she wrote is bad, or the English?
The English is okay. You know what? Let's say
Okay.
he went to look for Rob and hot water to take care of me till the next morning. He gave me my tea fare. I went home and he never called me again.
Stop
So
dating
basically,
women. You
the
have to
story
give
is that
transport.
a girl was collecting money from a guy for a while. Eventually, she went to go visit him. When she went to go visit him, they chilled, hung out, then she slept. He woke up in the middle of the night to try and get some action. She was like, bro, I ain't doing this shit. She faked an asthma attack. The guy helped her when she had the fake asthma attack, made her go home, and he blocked her number. He blocked her number.
Yeah, so I actually, this is crazy because I've had an experience like this before.
Really? The
Yes.
asthma one or the
Not
T-fair one?
Not T-fair. No, wait, I think they're all the same. Wait, you mean T-fair one, like giving the person T-fair without seeing the person?
Yes. I hate that shit. Sorry, can I just... So I'm not saying... So I have nothing against men giving women money. If you like your
Of course, if you
woman,
like,
give her.
yeah, that's the
But
way you
don't be
express
giving. Let us end this bad governance of giving women fair because you want to see them, even though you still spend on them. Like, we're going on a date where I will spend on you. I'm not complaining, and I will still give you fair.
Yeah, because
To
it's a
and
mutual
fro.
agreement.
I
We're
don't-
both trying to see each
why?
other. We're both trying to see each other. You see, sometimes,
I'm paying for the date. I'm not
sometimes,
like...
sometimes out of courtesy, you can even be like, okay,
So
what,
if she's a
I'll order
student,
you an
that's
Uber.
only valid. If she's
Wait,
or,
time out.
or she tells me prior that I'll pay her foul,
Guys,
things that off.
are we actually complaining about paying for taxi for babes?
No, not it's not. So it's
I'm
not
complaining.
so it's
Wait, you do that?
Bro, it's taxis, Naira, it's like 3K.
No. Wait. Let's
Okay.
understand.
No,
Let's
no,
understand that it's not.
I
I think so. I would say the part I agree with is not the it's not the value of the money.
It's not about
It's the culture it grows because
No, but
there's an entitlement that comes from
When I
it
pay for
because
dates, I
there's
do
a-
300k, 200k dates. I'm not complaining about.
Okay,
the
let me
dates.
ask you.
Mine is the taxi, not to pay for dates.
That's what I'm saying. The entitlements from women comes from if you're asking for things in terms of material items or money that's out of the norm. But if it's a case that, hey, I want to see a girl, I'm the one that, yes, we both want to see each other, but as a guy, I want to see you.
Let me ask you something.
Now, if it's England, I won't lie to you now. And I'm saying that maybe just because it's Niger. To me, taxi is nothing.
Okay, so bro, let me ask
But
you.
England,
I'm not
so
complaining
you're
about
paying
the
for that
money.
thief.
So let me ask you.
It's not about.
So let me
how much is
ask you.
cab?
Let me
Uber
ask
is
you
not
this.
expensive.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Some say buy me dresses.
See, I was getting it. So let me ask you.
that's different.
It's
You
the
said
same
thief,
thing.
No, so let me.
That's
No, so
exactly the
Michael,
same
let me
thing.
ask you
You
this.
It's
now.
not about the money.
Let me ask you this. If you were talking to a girl and then you asked her, you don't even, I won't say, you guys are talking, right? And then the dynamic is, okay, let's hang out sometime. Let's go out to lunch. Or let me take you out sometime.
You're handling lunch,
Right? You're handling
Gara.
lunch. And then she's like, okay, cool, where are we meeting? And then you say, this restaurant in VI, wherever it is, right? And then you're like, okay. And then, of course, you guys set a time and a date. And so the time and date comes, and then you're getting ready, you're heading there. And then she texts you, and she's like, okay, so I'm getting ready now. You're not going to send me a cab or send money for
No,
ticket?
okay, so that's different now.
Why?
That's different.
That
in terms of-
mindset
No,
comes from
that's
this
what I'm
culture.
saying. That's the difference in terms of if there is the entitlements. We've talked about it before.
That's
And
my own issue.
this
If you are
culture
saying
grows
now-
that entitlement.
And so that's why I said I'm not disagreeing. It's the way he said it, as per because some people are going to hear T-Fair and just think taxi. So that's why I said it's good that we're breaking it down.
Okay.
The entitlement some women have in terms of, like you say, if she now asks for it or even anything in
Expect
that
it.
way,
Some even
like,
expect it.
okay,
That's
so you're
it.
not going to do this and all that. No, first, it's not even, it's the attitude. It's like, how dare you?
Let me tell you,
Someone
someone
will
will
ask
show up.
If a girl is
Someone
like saying,
show up.
"Oh,
Someone
I'm
ask
on the way,"
politely.
like for example, if a girl and I are supposed to meet up, right, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm just about to make my way. I'll see you soon." Hey, yo, let me know when you get here. Or let me know how much your taxi is, because like, okay, fair. But if you now say stuff like, "Say you're not gonna send me this, so you're not gonna do that," it's like, who the fuck are you?
But that's
So
typical.
you paying for a cab without being asked, I have no issue with that. Like, you like her, you want to do
Of course,
stuff.
that's part
But
of
the
the gesture.
expectation, I imagine I went out with him and he made me pay for the Uber.
That's
Yeah,
that's
I don't
my own
care.
issue.
If you like talk, I don't
That's my own issue.
I don't
You
give a
get?
fuck. Tell all your friends.
So
you don't
if you
pay
are
for my-
dating and you know your babe, like, I have no issue with giving women what you want to give. I'm not policing you, but it is the minute things that you feel because you're a man you should do it.
yeah.
That is my own problem.
That entitlement is where
Yes.
you draw the line.
And also, it's wrong. I wouldn't say woman is a woman. I'll say it's character of the individual. I don't want to just say women is the individual,
Okay.
because you as a person now, if you carry yourself a certain way now, you
It doesn't
know how
apply in
you talk.
Nigeria.
So the reason I want to give
The
girls a
billing part
chance.
does not apply. Like, they'll bill anybody.
So
no
the
matter
funny- let me-
how you carry yourself.
Can I
Some
be
will
honest?
delay the billing because they like you and like, if I bill him, you run away.
Can I be honest?
They will delay it. You've
That's
not met
actually-
girls like
that's
that.
actually facts.
Bro, come on now.
Okay.
I've met many girls, but that's why I said it's individual. I will not lie. There's no girl I dated that actually built me.
I'm not saying girlfriend.
No,
Obviously, those
I am
who
telling
bill
you,
will
even
not date them.
even the dating. I know I talk about women and all
Okay.
that stuff a lot, obviously in jokes, but in serious nature, in terms of my dating life,
Mhm.
no girl has built me. And I'll be honest, even if the ones I've gone to that stage that I've tried,
Shivas is good though.
you
So they've tried.
no. That's why I said
Okay.
it's
That's
the
where it's
individual.
almost there,
That's why I
yeah.
said it's who you
Same here
guys.
too.
Because
I
I don't want to
entertain
blame
it.
girls. Because
Yeah.
guys are too at fault. Because you see the billing is
Mostly
coming.
at fault,
You
actually.
see that
Lots
she's
of
doing
them.
this. You
And
two,
you're
you're
encouraging
staying or
it.
hoping to try to take.
And that's where
Bro,
my agenda
once
is
I
coming.
see that-
Don't entertain it. That's
Once
where
I
I'm
see
going
that
to.
billing culture come, and it's not to say I can't afford to pay for stuff. That's why I said if I do it from the kindness of my heart, so I like you.
Do you?
There's nothing you need to ask. But once you start with that, once I start seeing those signs, or you're like, so you're not going to do this, and we're not even serious like that. Omo, deuces be. That's why I've
Anyways.
left a lot of girls alone, because a lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, get this girl."
Anyways,
get this girl."
the truth is, I think a lot of guys just don't even, they don't have any.
They
at
don't
least
have
prior
game.
to now.
A lot of niggas
even,
don't
even
have
apart
game.
from
I'm
game.
going to call
No,
you
big
guys
girls.
out in
No,
Lagos.
even-
I won't say game.
Some
it's
of
different.
you
It's
don't
different.
have
wait,
game.
wait.
A lot of guys have game, but a lot of guys don't have game, bro.
No, wait.
No, they
apart
have
from
game. It's dignity for me.
No, wait.
No,
Apart from
but
game,
respect.
What is okay? Let me ask
No,
you
but
guys a
apart from
question.
game,
What is game to you?
that's what I'm
guys?
saying. I say apart from game, to them, that I sent Tife is game, right?
okay.
That's game for them.
So that's
what
why I
I'm
said
saying
we're
they
asking
don't
the
have.
question. What is game
No,
to
so
you
what I'm
guys
saying
now?
they don't
It's
have
dignity and
is
self-respect.
even apart from that, they don't have reference. Who do you know that you can refer to say, oh, this is how this guy did it, let me do this? They usually don't have reference. All they see is what they're being fed, which is, Omo, if as a girl you should give her this, and they just consume that and believe that's
so
how it
they
works.
have no game.
No, see, you can't say
No, game is different
Hear
from
what
that.
I'm
They have
saying.
no
No,
game.
hear
Game
what
is
I'm saying.
different from-
The
no,
reason why you can
you
say
can't
you
have
have
game.
game is that one, you had either had older cousins, older uncles, and you could watch how they did things. And in those cases, they were not doing things out of splurging money on girls. You would see how they would sweet talk, or they would say certain things, or just gestures, just
And that's game.
That's my point.
Game is
You
relative,
say it
though.
as game because you've been exposed to that.
No, but what I'm
My point is these guys
Even
are
the
mostly
guys-
exposed to guys that
bro.
spend
If
money.
that's what I'm
So
saying.
to them, it's game.
That's what I'm saying. That's still not game.
And
I
my
get
point-
your point.
I'm saying
in
you
terms
can't
of
blame him entirely.
what you're exposed to and what you see
Yes.
is what you take in. You
Yes,
understand?
and
And,
what you
most
do.
guys in Nigeria now, especially these young boys that are finding money now, their own game is, like you said, from what they've seen, more spend. All the baddies, they like spend. Compared to certain guys now like us now, we've been exposed. We've seen things that is like, no, you can actually run it like this. But that's what I'm trying to say in terms of if we're telling guys, the way you said, like we young guys, straight up, that money shit is not game.
But
no
it-
matter
and
where
that's,
you
and
see
that's,
it,
and that's
it's
why I was
not
saying
game.
you can't fully blame him because
That's his reality
even
in
the older
Nigeria.
guys, don't forget that we had an episode where we talked about a 40-something-year-old guy using money to spoil a 23-year-old babe. Right
That's not game.
now, hear this: that guy in his younger days would have been exposed to maybe girls he tried to talk to that didn't answer him, but
That's
next
too
thing she's
small
in a
for me.
Range Rover, she's in a this.
That's so small
Because
for
this
me.
whole
You
idea of
cannot
older
afford me.
guys coming to look for young girls,
You can't
university,
afford me.
it's not. It didn't just
Who
start.
said you can avoid?
No, like girls
That's-
say to
you
guys
get-
their age.
Yeah,
You can't
it
afford
didn't
me.
just start. I mean,
That's
the
so
whole
small
idea
for me.
that
You're not
girls
my
can't
level.
date guys their age didn't just start. Even in our time, it was the same thing.
So it makes me wonder
So
why
when-
they're now older, they'll not be shaming.
Exactly.
I'm
So
not
this,
encouraging the men to do it, but it's like, but when I wanted you when you were in your 20s, You did not want me. And now that, okay, you're too small for me, date smaller girls. And now that we're in our 30s,
Dating the
why are you
smaller
shaming me
girls.
for dating the smaller girls that,
So,
not me?
so now,
No.
So you get so it's like, why are you not shaming me?
yeah. So
When you were in your 20s in uni,
Exactly.
you did not want me. I was actively chasing you.
So the exposure thing I spoke about is not
Next.
necessarily just seeing other.
But here's the thing, though. You guys, I'm not disagreeing because
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Even now, it's funny. Some of them are trying to
All
spin
of
the
we've
block.
all been
but-
there. I get stories for days,
Huh?
but go on.
What?
We get stories for days. Go on.
No, but what I was just going to say, actually, remember your question as I'm talking, please. I want to hear your question.
Yeah,
But
and I
was
still
gonna
have my
say-
experience about the girl that had asthma. But go
I
on.
remember her value.
Go
Let me
on.
quickly ask.
Go ahead.
So I'd
'cause
like
I've
to
lost
ask,
my
and
point.
I want you guys to answer very, very realistically. It's controversial, but not in a bad way.
Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
we like
As
controversy.
Nigerian men, I want you to be very honest. Do you
Mhm.
think a majority of our value is based off finances and what
For
we
sure.
can provide
For sure.
Yeah.
for women, our children,
For
and
sure.
everybody else?
Yeah.
And the moment we stop being able to give,
We can actually see
we are
more.
valueless.
Let me
Yes,
tell you
yes.
something.
Do
Let
you
me tell you
agree?
something. Let me tell you something
we
that my
we
girl
actually
told me.
discussed
Yeah.
this sometimes.
Not only finances, but it is
Just
a
the
large
giving
chunk
culture. Yeah.
Can I-
for giving.
Can I
That
tell you
is our
something?
value
Yes.
and nothing
See,
else.
I agree with
See,
you.
one thing my babe had to tell me, and that was one of the things that I was like, fuck, okay, this is some real shit. There was a time I could not this year, like earlier this year, like business was very, very slow because I stopped Sunday, like share all that, and then business was slow. So I had so many like business bills and shit I had to cover. And at one point, like I was like, I had nothing. Like I was just spending on bills, projects. So I wasn't really like being what's the word, romantic to my babe. Like we were still good and everything, but I wasn't being romantic. And we just eventually sat down and talked about it. And then she was just like, you need to stop this thing that Nigerian men do. And that's why I said your point is right, but it also made me see like the bigger picture of just men in general. She's like, you need to stop doing this thing like men do. It's like, oh, when you don't have money now, you can't do
withdraw.
anything.
Okay.
When you
It's
can
true,
be
actually.
so...
It's true.
When you,
I'm
and the
sorry.
thing
That
is,
is
I
I'm
felt
relating to it.
and then I felt it
I'm relating to
because
it.
even the beginning of the year, that's why I was also low key. I wasn't going out because I was like, bro, I can't do shit.
I left the girl
There's
once,
no
'cause I thought
money,
I was
And then you
I can't
have
even
bills to
take
pay,
my babe.
you have so many
I still had to find money for bills. But then it's like when she talked to me like that, it's like it woke up like a difference.
Omo,
Because
you
I
have a real
forgot.
one, oh. You have a real one.
No, we praise God. I love you, babes. But we praise God. I was like, I sat down when she said that and I forgot myself for a second because I've actually never thought like that. It's not to maybe these last 2 years of being in nights, being in the grind, like work that I've developed that full Nigerian man. But say, ba.
Bro, and
When
then
I'm like, there's so much more to life. But it's like you said, but then this is why I said I get your point
Two
on what you
truths
said
can
about
exist,
exposure
basically.
because it's what we're exposed to. When you see men, the way they do is like, if you don't get bar, you can't do it. And you see also the
Women
other...
say it so a lot. If he does not,
I
if
never
he does
listen,
not.
but here's the thing.
It
I
screws their
never,
catching, listen to
I'm
women.
sorry, I can
Yeah,
never
if you've
listen
not
to
sorted
a
yourself out,
woman.
don't date
I can
me.
never listen to a woman tell me how to be a man.
Okay.
There's no woman that can tell me how to be a man because only a man can tell me how to be a man. There's women that can give you advice.
on how to be a human
And
being.
that's different because I don't
On
want
how to be a
I don't want
human being, not a
no,
man.
exactly. I don't want to push women away. Say you can't give advice and all that because women give great advice, but whether
How to
they
be a
like it or
human
not,
being is
Yeah,
better.
not
better.
a man.
Uh,
How to be a
exactly.
human
Women
being.
can give you
You
advice.
guys are very, very PC. You have words in your back. Just ready to throw. See the way you corrected me. I like this guy. Quickly, just throw
Like,
him.
it's true though, but it's like women teach us to be a better person. Men can only teach you how to be a man. So when women, that's why I always do the social media shit. Like it's how you said earlier, you found your niche. My niche was like, okay, I'm gonna call you girls out, not in a rude way, but I'm gonna tell you things about yourself that you don't like to hear from the male perspective because I am a man.
In a
You can't come on.
non-toxic way,
Like I
actually.
see online, I see women who come online since over the last 20 years on social media. Who has been controlling the narrative about men? Women. For the first time now, because we have podcasts, we have this, men are finally speaking and women
they're
are having
fighting against
and you're
you.
having an issue about men speaking about men things.
Podcast.
Meanwhile, we're
boys.
talking based on our experiences, and
Podcast
that's the
boys.
crazier part for me.
And girls have spoken about that's the thing. I don't get it. Women have spoken about their experience, like, oh, men are this, men are this. Why can't we also speak about ourselves? Because they want you to be silent. That's why I said I don't listen to Nigerian girls when they talk about men.
You know the thing is that I guess the problem is we acknowledge the men who are also the bad apples, right?
100%.
And so because unfortunately for us, I guess we're the minority. I don't have the statistics,
I don't
but
know.
I guess we're the minority, right?
Why do you? Wait,
No,
what
when
do
I
you
say
mean
minority, what women generally are exposed to are the men that we say men should not be.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
So unfortunately, we're the minority, and so their daily experiences are still these other men.
And don't get it twisted though. I will even say the reason I was even saying that minority thing is just that let me even add it up. I'll say
Yeah.
every man has the potential to be the man that women hate.
100%.
It could just be one thing.
In fact,
I've
been it.
Yes, I've been
you
the
have
man-
been
I've
it
been
at
the
one
man
point
as
in
well,
your
you man
life.
hated, yes, now.
And it's all about if you can accept, like, okay, I've been it. Like me,
Yeah.
that's why I don't mind talking about all my past stories because, like, yeah, I know I used
Of
to be that
course.
nigga on the streets that used to be
Online,
outside.
yes. In person, I'm not sure.
No, see, let me
But
tell you.
online,
let
yes.
me tell you. You know why?
Online won't
You know
lie.
why in
Online,
person?
yes. But in person.
You know why in person
calm
it will also
down.
be the same case? Because in the end, people would hate you for what they like or hate. Like it's still a personal conviction.
No, dating.
There's no.
I swear I have a clean record.
Oh, if we're talking about like dating, like relationships.
To who?
Yes.
You have a clean
My
record
exes,
to
I
who?
promise you, all of us
Oh.
was like, so like I like to make it a thing of like I like being a good guy.
Yeah, no,
So that
I totally
if she
get
leaves
you.
me, she will not say anything bad about me. I don't know
get
if it's
you.
a bad thing.
I relate to
Online,
that,
yes,
yeah.
I can be a prick and no, but in person, I would like to believe. Because all my exes, like after we break up, I like to do a review. That why did we? Yes, so that I'll be better for the
Not
next
a
person.
review.
Why?
Not
What
a
broke
review.
us up and this.
Nigga really said it.
I even
Not a
had one
review.
that because I felt I was so broke and I wasn't doing well in life. I broke up
Yeah.
with her.
Yeah.
She's married now. We're cool now. So it's like, did she hate me then? Yes, but like, I don't think there's any Okwe as a bastard. Okwe as a, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Anyone
I
I've
agree.
dated.
We're even talking
Online,
on
there are
the,
plenty.
no, we're even talking more on the day to day as a man.
Okay, as a human
just-
being.
yeah,
Oh, there are
just
plenty. No.
day to day
niggas-
as a man, just doing your thing.
Niggas hate me.
Because the truth is, in the end, we can still only tell men what we've seen that other women complain about. And it's like, don't do this. Just how we're talking about cheating now, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about cheating from an angle of, don't do this. Like,
That guy
just,
ruined
you know,
it. I feel bad for
meanwhile,
that girl.
meanwhile, a lot of guys will just be like,
It's
but you are still a
normal.
man. A man is a man. It's normal for a man. I'm sorry, but I don't subscribe to that line of thought or the school of thought. What do you mean because I'm a guy, I can't practice discipline?
That's all it is. It's
you-
hard.
It's hard. See, let me
It
tell
is
you.
hard.
Let me tell you. You see, I don't know why we as men think that it's easier for us to cheat than women. I don't know why we think so.
No, it's easier for women to cheat by far.
That's what. But you see, men say it like,
Easier.
oh, it's a man's
Way
DNA
easier.
to
My
cheat.
nigga, way
See,
easier,
bro,
bro.
it's easier
Way
for women.
easier.
I tell
Bro,
you this.
girls
I know they have more options, but
Apart from
Kinda.
options,
they don't
bro,
want
it is
the people
easier.
that want them.
No, but that's it. What did you say that again?
They have more options,
Mhm.
but they don't want the people that want them.
Yeah, but when so you see, no, let's look at it from two angles because I understand your angle. You're looking at it
They have
from
more options.
you're looking at it from it's easier.
But do they want this person? Same way I have many girls in my DM,
Yeah.
allegedly. I don't want them.
Yeah,
So,
But you see, the truth now is that
so
when we
I
say
don't really
easier-
have temptations like that.
Yeah, so when we
because
say,
it's like,
no, when
I
we
don't
say
want
easier,
you either ways.
When we say
Yeah.
easier, we mean when you want to make decision to do it,
Mhm.
you can walk right in. It's harder for a guy to cheat because as a guy, you still have to find a babe to start. You still have to
Spend
like,
money,
you still have-
spend money.
Not necessarily.
No, I'm talking about when you look at the statistics. So
Oh, okay.
what?
Statistical. I'm about to
A
say
babe can just sit down here. That's all. She's just sit down. As a guy, you need to do something. You need
Yeah,
to make
effort.
some moves. You need to do. Even if you talk about the famous guys, they've had to do that. That is become famous before women now start looking at you. So you've had to do something. As a woman, don't just have nice body. Just
Exists. You
just
don't even have to
in
have
fact,
a
even
nice
nice
body.
body.
Something
When I
though.
say-
You don't
no,
even
no,
have to have
no,
a
when
nice
I
body.
say nice body, I
Is that not
even
doing
mean
something?
all round perspective.
Is
No,
that not doing something?
No.
You
You're
don't have to
existing.
have
Think
a
easy to
nice
get the
body.
body?
No.
you're just like,
You think easy get the
hold
body
on,
to touch?
hold on. When we say nice body, let's explain that.
You don't have to have a
Because
nice
I feel like we have a man.
You
Nice
think
body
BBL
is
easy?
whatever the other man would like.
You think BBL easy?
No, hold on. Don't kill me, please. Even for see now.
What it means is existing, but
No,
say
I'm
this
not
in a
fucking with
nice
them, I'm
way.
not
So
fucking with
so even nice body, I don't even mean that there's a type of body. I mean the
Exist.
the
It
slim
means
girls,
just exist.
exactly the slim girls, the thick girls, the every type of, as long as you are a woman, there's a guy somewhere that just likes you for existing.
But then you can say
And
the
those-
same thing for men. If
Nope.
you're a fine boy
Huh?
and all that.
Nope.
In
No,
Nigeria.
no, no.
Nope.
Ah,
In Nigeria.
ah.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, I
so that's
disagree.
what I'm asking
In
now. Is
Nigeria-
this conversation based in Nigeria
we can only
or
talk about
overall?
Nigeria now.
Nigerian
No, because you
podcast
said
now.
statistically, so I'm like,
Nigerian statistics.
okay, so we're doing based off Nigeria.
of course, I can only talk about
Now,
Nigeria.
one thing is funny. Let me not lie.
Only fine
You're,
boy privilege,
you're,
I know
ri-
that.
you're right.
Even then, you
fair.
walk towards it now.
You might not walk too much.
No,
Fine
but
boy
you're still
privilege.
walking. You don't understand. I was telling somebody this the other day. I said, do you know the difference between
One night stand.
Yalata? Wait, the
the
difference between Yalata and that babe you are toasting on Instagram is just maybe that one dress.
Actually,
Say that again.
then diction too maybe.
Yalata, the lady that is selling pepper on the side of the road, and the lady that you're toasting on Instagram is just one dress away.
And the diction.
She doesn't need to she doesn't need to speak
But I
well.
was about to say, look at this guy. This guy says one. Who says she doesn't need to
Okay.
speak well? That's if you don't
Without
have standards.
speaking.
No, see, no, wait, no. See,
Without
we're
speaking,
talking. We're talking
I get
about.
him.
No,
Have you dated a body that said hello?
no, babe. Guys, just say, okay, guy. You need to understand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about.
Just looking alone.
Exactly. I'm not talking about standards. I'm
Valid,
talking about
100%.
See, for you to even have standards, you too as a man, you've grown yourself to a certain level. You've had to do certain
my
things
Yalata, they've
to get to
upgraded
that
though.
point. So now my point now is that
Somewhere in my school, so they have money.
so no, my point here is
I
now
work
that
with some of
as
them,
a
let's not even
woman,
count.
as a woman, you don't need to do anything.
They have
And
money.
I say this because I say this because we see how guys react to women.
100%
Really. So
yes,
you just need to be a woman existing. But for a guy, it's harder to cheat because you still need to find the babe.
I don't think
The
it's
babe still needs to
harder.
like you.
It's harder.
The babe still needs to like you.
Because
a little bit.
because
Because
I get
more, I'll say.
it's more effort.
More
for a
effort,
guy.
that's part of
the
It's
harder
more
now.
More
effort for
effort,
a
yeah.
guy.
And
to
that's the
cheat.
harder
It's more
now.
effort because
That's what I mean
like
by
you say,
harder.
even for us to cheat, we still have to go find the location. We still have to keep it on the G. All that
Why
stuff.
are
Like,
men sloppy cheats and women not better at cheating? Like men
Because-
are very,
because-
very sloppy.
because there's
Women
because
are
usually
men
better.
think with
more-
their dicks, women
there's
actually
usually-
think with their
there's
brain.
usually
Yeah,
more
bro.
respect.
There's
Why
more
you
to
want
lose. That's why simple.
No, bro.
There's more to
No.
No,
As
both
a married
parties-
man,
Okay, say your
Both parties
say your
have
part.
to-
Say your
as a
part.
married man, you know for a fact that if my wife catches me cheating, most likely, sadly, she won't do shit and she won't.
Because we're in
leave.
Nigeria.
So number one, so that's why there's no incentive.
I won't
to
say I
be
fully
so-
agree, but go on.
No. In Nigeria, as a married man,
I won't say I fully agree.
Most
To
out
an
of
extent, I do,
10
but I won't say I
married
fully
men,
agree.
It's not.
If 10 women catch
I
them,
guess, because in Yankee
it's-
now,
yeah.
if you cheat
No,
as a
no.
man, no,
In
I'm
Nigeria,
saying, no,
yeah.
I'm saying like why I agree with your
Comparing.
point. Because in Nigeria now, court system and legal wise, if a man cheats, you want to take him to court for divorce. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, no, but you want to take him to court. Compared to Yankee now, if that guy should cheat,
Your money.
everything is gone.
So in Nigeria, out of 10 cheating men, 8 of their wives, sadly, they are staying. But the Nigerian woman knows that if my husband catches me cheating,
She's
even
done.
if he does not leave and the world knows about the stigma,
That stays
Okay,
on
okay.
her now.
Stigma that
Because
stays
look
on
how
now.
many, look how many.
So there's
I
more
agree with that
reason
because look how
to,
many
you know,
married
code
men
it.
now get caught. Or you see this like they caught. In
We
fact,
move on.
look at how your parents even talk about it. Hey,
move
you know
on.
they were the man was cheating with that one now, but let it be a woman they
Nah.
caught.
So,
Forever.
so I
She's
mean,
done.
what we're discussing now is an entirely different social issue, which has its peculiarity to Lagos or even the African
Africa.
mindset,
Those are African,
where
yeah.
it comes to putting value on marriage more on the woman than the man, right? Sorry, more on the man than the woman, because they make it look like as a woman you should be married, as a man you can if you want to.
So more the woman, not man then.
So I would say the value is on the man. So I have more value.
Oh, okay, the man
Oh,
has
Yes.
more
He is the
value.
value.
Yes, I have
Not
more value as a
allegedly,
man.
yeah.
Exactly, I have more value
Because
as a
look
man
at
when it
African
comes to marriage.
perspective.
In
Once a man
quotes.
wants to marry, the man is technically the prize in the marriage.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Even though it's supposed to be like both of you are mainly the woman,
Which is
but
why-
in Africa, the man's married because see, she got married to this man. Oh, see the man she married. Oh,
Yeah,
see the
and
man
not
she
just
married.
that-
They don't usually say see the girl he married though.
Yeah, and not just that.
They
See,
don't say she's a fine girl.
in fact, the only time they'll say that is if maybe she's from a reputable family or something of the
Or
sort.
they'll just say she's a fine girl. But
Even-
most times in the weddings, who do you say is so and so's son? Or she married this man that does this thing. Oh.
In fact, look at the time you said that.
There's a reason why they say it, but I'll not say it.
Look-
so
look
that
at the
I'm
time-
not so
Say
toxic.
no.
Wait,
Say
wait.
this is
Look at the
Menisms. We're
time-
honest.
Look at the time you
Okay.
said that. When you're marrying someone, you
The
marry
reason
someone.
why
and they-
women who are richer are the prize is because they are richer. If the man is richer, who will be the prize? If you marry a normal lata that is not doing well and she marries you, who is the prize?
No, of course we know that already. That's the unspoken rule now. That
in
is
the man.
The money is the reason why.
So saying the man is the prize is like some women will scoff and but men are not poor.
no,
These
but-
are intrusive thoughts, but
No,
it's
no,
like,
no, no, no.
duh.
No, wait,
if
wait.
you marry a copy, she's the prize.
Hey, what?
The
DJ
DJ
copy.
she's the prize.
No, so you see again.
Not you.
Like I said,
If
no.
an average,
Is she the prize or is
Bro,
Mr.
my nigga-
Otedola- or
my-
is, no. Hear what I'm saying? Is she the prize or is Mr. Otedola the
My
prize?
nigga, she's the price.
if he ceases to exist,
She's the price.
But why are
the
you marrying her?
inheritance,
Because she's the
you could
price.
love her now.
No, why? No, you know what? Let's not be political.
No,
Hi, copy.
no.
How are you? But
you could meet her and you could love her. Or
you
no.
could
Yeah.
love her, but who's the
No.
real
But
prize?
that's
at
the thing.
end
You
of
already
the
love
day?
her before you met
Meanwhile,
her.
you don't want to
Me,
say.
I love her before
you
I
don't
met
want to
her.
say it. Who is the real prize? If you might, I'm not saying she's not a lovely girl and she's cool, but most guys, as they talk about it in the way we're talking, who's the
Don't
prize?
kill me, bro.
It's
Who's
her.
the prize?
I know you are not talking direction. I think you are talking in, so I'm not going to say
It's
anything.
her. She's the one.
No, it's Mr. Otedola.
If he dies, God forbid,
She's still the prize.
she's the prize.
But if he dies, why again? Who's it coming from?
No. See, look at it. See, I think you're looking
You
at it
being
from.
you is your parents' investment in you.
Okay, let me
Are
ask you
they
a
the
question.
prize or are
Can I
you
ask
the
you a
prize?
question?
Yeah.
If let's say you married copy now,
Okay.
and Mr. Otedola says he's not giving her any inheritance.
Omo, the name open door, sha.
So
No,
it's
no,
not
no,
Mr. Otedola
no,
at the end of the day. So
wait.
it's Mr. Otedola at the end of the day now.
name will open doors, sha.
Let's
Yeah, I'm right, Mr. Otedola.
no, guys, let's relax.
The name
Let's
will open
not
doors.
say like she doesn't have value.
She has
value.
no.
Exactly.
Copy.
Because her
you
name,
don't think
it
I
is her
respect
name.
copy.
Yeah.
Without
She has
inheritance,
she has built a name for herself.
Bro,
But
two MSCs.
we're talking about from
Not-
the we're just talking conversation in
Yes,
terms of Nigerian
agreed.
men how they think.
Agreed.
Once you hear that last name or
Oh, okay, yes,
Otedola,
that's-
But it is her
Yeah.
name too.
No,
So she has
So
value.
you see,
if they say what's your wife's name? Oh, copy. Okay. What's her last name? Otedola.
You too. Why would you say your wife's name is Copy?
What's her name?
Miss
Otedola.
Otedola. What do you
Florence.
Your wife. Wait,
Otedola.
you see, look at you. I've just called both of you. Your wife.
Okay, wife.
Your wife's name is what?
Okay.
Your wife's name is what?
You get the money that will respect you. Mrs.
Baba, you
Otedola.
are taking my name whether you like it
I'll
or
keep
not.
shifting it. Also, too, what's
mind
your
me, I'm
take
just
on
kidding.
women keeping
I'm
their
just
last
kidding.
names?
Wait, sorry. I just going to say copy Shonari Otedola. Go for
Which brings us to this question I'm asking. What's
Yeah.
your take on women keeping their last names?
Yeah, I ain't doing that shit.
No, so
No.
I've
So the
tried to sit down and
exceptions.
think about it.
The
Yeah, I've
exceptions.
tried to sit down and think about it. And to be honest, I get the sentiment behind why a woman wants to keep her last name, right? Especially because one, it's your sense of identity, and it's been your sense of identity for years. So wanting to just take that away for the concept of marriage, because again, concept of marriage is just a social concept, right? So the idea that you want to lose that identity for the rest of your entire life, for that, I see the sentiment behind it, and so to an extent, I try to understand it. But I would always hope that the person I
You know
want
what
to
the
marry.
Game of Thrones taught me?
Wait, now the person don't fucking kill me, please. The one thing I would always say I hope is that the person I end up marrying is not someone who wants to retain their last name. I like the idea that you take my last name only because it's what I've been grown into, it's what I've
But
been raised to
like a
understand.
Jade or Shibari, you know her?
Who?
Jade, like she does movies. Okay, like
Okay, yes, I know. Yes.
uh-huh.
No, who's that?
Like a producer.
A producer,
okay.
yes.
Really good movies. Like if you want to marry her and she says,
So see what
"I'll
I'm
keep
saying
my
now.
last name," it's valid.
The
to me.
name is an identity.
Would you feel some type of way?
That's
if
why
she
I said
"I'll-"
I know it's Mrs. Otero. Like, no,
No, but like you now. So like if she said that,
Yeah.
how would you feel genuinely?
it will
Would you
be
be indifferent of like, I understand, you know what, run it, or just I wish that? How would you feel?
yes. That's so I would feel like, well, honestly, I understand and I
Uh-huh.
see why there's value in this, and I wish it didn't have to go this way. But I mean, let's do it.
Then if one babe on Twitter that works in Fidelity Bank that you don't know her name, but because they've
Do I
influenced her on
even
Twitter,
do I even know the bank
If
that you're
she
saying
said-
Fidelity?
if she says she wants to keep her son name, how would you feel about
Bye-bye.
it?
I'm sorry, but it can't work.
Wow.
I understand it.
That's
See,
disappointing.
no, see, let
No,
me tell you.
it is like
See,
why?
I
See,
get.
I'm
just-
paying.
honestly,
So
I get
I'm
the-
doing my rights as a man in Africa. If you want to marry, so like there are rights that both parties should follow.
Mhm.
I come to your family's house, pray the bride price, even though it's
Exactly,
tiny.
do everything.
Prostrate to your father,
Custom.
do the customary things, and it now gets to your turn, and you want to be woke with me.
There we go.
Question.
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I have the
Let me ask you a
reservation,
question
yes.
from my Game of Thrones reference now. When you marry
Mhm.
in Game of Thrones,
Yes.
whose house are you joining?
Don't fucking kill
You are
me,
joining
please.
the man's house. So whether you like it or not, Otedola, Dangote, anything, as you are having
Your
that
mouth
last
should
name,
not shake as
you
you're
are
saying this
joining
thing now.
House of Shonariwo.
Okay.
But they will know the affiliation between our houses.
And so like a copy
Because
Otedola
because
Shonariwo. Would you allow that?
say that again.
Florence Otedola Shonariwo. Would you?
That sounds good.
It sounds good. Just
So-
look at
One more
it,
time,
look
one more
at it.
time.
Look at it. Look at it.
Florence Otedola.
Shonariwo. So like adding your surname. and-
See, that's one.
And my son name.
That's one I can.
Look at
Depending on the house.
Only.
Depending-
Thank you
But
very
it's
much.
like saying, wait,
But you know why?
wait, let me
I
you know why?
wait,
That
wait,
house is
wait,
the
because
value.
it's like
I'm with
target.
you.
Okay, it's like your Lannister now. If
I'm
you're
with
going
you.
to join the Lannisters now, right? You know the power the name has in Westeros.
Okay.
Look at me, I did watch Game of Thrones, man.
Oh
But-
my God.
Okay, you know the power the Lannisters have,
Yes.
but you two, you get your own. Like me, I'm a Stark. Let's say I'm a Stark now.
Starts to get your
So
level.
Stark, I get my own level for.
Yes.
If you come north,
Mix the
you pay
name.
my zones.
Yeah.
But then
You go mix
obviously I'm
them.
coming to your zones now. But once they marry now, you have to take like again because we're creating a family, we're creating a legacy together. Because even Copy, let's say me and Copy marry now, right? Your dad has his legacy, but we know we have the resources no matter what.
Let's
So
create
why not
ours
to
together,
build our own now that
absolutely.
our name now grows? In the end, everybody's always going to associate you with Otedola. That can never go away now. But you are marrying because both of you, marriage is not just relationship in terms of emotional, it's also a business.
Actually.
When you think about it, your wife is literally your business partner.
That's
think
why I
that's
said
friendship,
value.
actually.
And that's what I was talking about
it's
value.
I
friendship,
think that's
it's
friendship
business
more.
partner. Like, bro, think about it. Anything you guys, from when you marry, whatever you go through, she goes through, and whatever she goes
See,
through,
see,
you
see,
go
let
through.
me
will
tell you.
affect
Let me
each
tell you.
other.
Our main problem here is we've really got off the point.
No, it's a
Our
good
main
topic.
our main problem here with the whole concept of marriage and the whole surname thing is that we've been indoctrinated to so much custom that we don't. It's hard to think objectively.
And why
Not
Yoruba?
impossible. Exactly.
Okay. Do you know the wild
It's not
part?
impossible. Hard to think
In
objectively.
the past, women kept their surnames. Oh.
Yes, that's
Historically,
yes. And
women did not
see,
change.
they didn't
I am Tola, son of Kini. That's the way it was.
yes. And now you see,
Historically.
it's because
Oh, that's by the way.
so because we now have so many legal implications to marriage, and now divorce is so out in the open that we understand the concept behind it.
Mhm.
Now, when you think about when a woman thinks about protecting her legacy, protecting her own achievements, she's always worried about having to have all of that overshadowed by taking
So
on the
let
man's
me
name.
ask you a
So
question.
that was it. I
Ooh,
understand the word.
I have a question. I know we had another topic, but I think this is the topic. This is a good conversation. So let me ask you a question now. As you guys are saying, she can keep my last name out. That's fine.
If she's a successful person in that field,
That's why
If there's value, let's say success.
you guys are low-key being like Babe says that she has to be successful.
not
No,
Tola
but I said-
Fidelity Bank. Yes,
No, I said if there's value.
Why is Tola Fidelity?
Wait, I don't appreciate
That's
how
my
you
bank.
keep
This
bringing up
Fidelity- I was about to say
Fidelity.
Fidelity.
Why do?
That's my bank. I love them, but it's just the first bank. So
Ah,
it's
I
like,
was saying, why not GT? Why not?
okay, Tola and GTA Bank, there's any 200k, nothing wrong with it. It's saying I'll keep my last name, making it on top waiting.
All
So
right,
let me
you're
ask you
gonna
a
say
question
so,
now.
go on.
So if that girl now you're saying, okay,
Tola.
keep your last name fine, not Tola, but let's say
Be like Tola
let's say
really
the
do
rich one.
something.
And she now says, I want my children to also have. No, because you've opened the door
Taking
now.
it.
As you've let her.
Say waiting.
Bro, you're
It's not an option.
No.
Not an option
So what's the
for-
point of letting her keep her last name
For
then?
our own identity.
For her
No,
value.
Our own
but
value.
then,
For
but then
her
that's what I'm
value.
saying. Whether you like it or not, that woman, if she's thinking like that, you're giving her that place, she's going to say the same thing. Saying,
No, but-
okay,
no,
can
but
my
no,
children
not
do
an
the same
option.
thing?
No,
Not
no,
an
so-
option.
Then why'd you give her the
Whatever
options?
consequences
Why'd
will
you give her
follow,
the
let it
option?
follow.
Then
So
why'd
that-
you give
For
her the
our
option?
own identity, she's a human
see,
being.
bro.
That means you've created the problem for allowing her to keep them in the first place.
No.
I'm
Understand?
eliminating problem from the start.
No.
Babe,
So
we
wait,
keeping
wait,
my last
wait.
name. Bam.
So let's
Oh.
understand how that whole concept even works, right? If and why I'm giving you the opportunity to have your or agreeing,
The opportunity.
not giving opportunity.
I was about to say you better.
No,
I'll try to say
that's
that like,
agreeing,
hey bro.
agreeing to
Agree.
the terms
Mhm.
rather of you taking on your last name or maybe merging last names with mine is because again, like we said earlier, you evidently have value or you just have even it might not even be visible value for me to see sentiment that you believe you want to keep to. Now it's now left to me as a discouraged to agree to those terms, right? I don't have to be forced to do it, but I'm agreeing. I see the value. This is why I said it doesn't have to be monetary value. It's just value that I can see that
Actually,
I see why this girl is. Maybe it could be that your parents have so much achievement that you just like to be associated with the name.
valid.
No problem. If I agree to that, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm sorry, but that value does not extend to the children.
What do you mean? It's her children too.
I'm not saying it's not.
We're Africans.
But again,
No, don't do
let's
that.
not
Don't
do
do
that.
that.
Bro,
no,
see.
no, but these are the
Michael,
kind of
let's not do
no,
this.
but
No,
bro,
see,
these are actually the kind of
yes,
conversations
but
we need to
Ope
have.
made the point.
Because you see, I get
Ope
what
made
you're
the point
saying.
about customary values. In
No,
that
but
case,
you
let's
still need
remove.
to- in this
let's
modern
remove-
age, you still need to have certain conversations.
Okay, so in that case, let's also while we're doing compromises, remove bread price, right?
Mhm.
And also while we're doing that, let's forget the whole traditional. It has to be in your wife's location. Let's do it wherever I want.
Me
If we're going to
frustrating
start
your father,
compromising
so
on
let's remove
customary,
it too.
let's remove it customary. Now, if the person agrees to those compromises,
And you guys are being different because that's even a bit. That's
Why?
different. What you guys say.
Why?
See,
Those
opening
are
doors.
traditional.
I open the door, you open the
No.
door. Opening more doors. Let's scatter out the
Why?
doors.
Why do you think so?
Those are different traditional values compared to.
Why?
We talk about name. The thing we're
Bro,
talking about is
name has the
Those
highest.
Are acts. Those are acts. This
The name has
I'm
the
not disagreeing
highest
with you. I'm
traditional
just saying
value.
for both sides because what you
Okay.
guys are acts, but you're saying name. If you're saying she can keep her last name,
You are
Yes.
all lives
why
mattering
can she
in
not
Black Lives
keep?
Matter.
Why can she not
No.
also give her child?
That's all
her
lives
name?
mattering a Black Lives
But wait,
Matter
I'm
case.
asking. No,
Because-
I'm saying,
because-
why
They are
can't
different.
she give her child a name?
Because at that point, we've now gone beyond what my limits of our traditional diversity can come
But
to.
you open the door by letting her keep.
No, I don't
It's
think
not
so.
opening a
I don't
door,
think you
it's
opened any door.
understanding
We're agreeing
sentiments.
on this. Doesn't mean it should tie to other things.
Yeah.
For you, you've achieved a
So
lot.
let me ask you guys now
Okay.
again. If your wife now she says I want to keep my
It's-
last name,
yes.
you've agreed to that
It's
one.
not-
Okay,
okay.
no problem.
Okay.
As a child comes,
is not
I
an
want
option.
my child
No,
to
no,
have.
not
I
an
wait,
option.
wait.
No,
Not
first
that,
of all-
not
first
that
of all-
his last name is entirely her last. Same way she
Was
said she
merged.
will say her
It's
last name.
not an option.
She wants merge.
No.
Bro, let
Then
me
she
wait,
said she's
wait.
not agreeing
Bro,
to
relax.
children.
I'm fine. I'm
Again,
rich.
I still
We're
think
good.
that- I still think that-
Who live?
I still think that these are discussions that you would even have before you get to the point.
So
of-
if you are Igbo and I'm Yoruba, fam, give them Igbo names. Like, I'm indifferent about
those
it.
are yes, those are but
I'm
a
Yoruba,
surname.
you're Igbo.
A surname is an
First
entirely different
names.
thing.
Give them Igbo
For
names.
your last name.
Opeyemi Famakin, straight up.
No, not that. What is your last name? I'm saying you are saying
you
no matter
merge
what,
your
must
last
keep
name
that
for
That
children.
last name for the
So-
children, it is
So,
not an option.
but that's what I'm trying to
There's
make
no
you guys
conversation
understand. The
we're
same
having
point you guys
to
brought
change
up about
it.
her keeping her
Yeah.
name because of the family legacy.
For her,
For
that's
her.
family.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Even for her, it's her child. It's the same thing.
No, babe, bro, let me
it's
tell you why you don't
not.
understand. Let me tell you why you don't understand. See, now, when women change their names to the husband's name,
It's what
they do it not because, oh, I love the guy so much. It's custom.
It's custom.
It's custom,
And
right?
it's not a bad custom. Before they make it
Exactly.
toxic.
So it's
not
custom.
toxic.
Now, some people have their sentiments and reservations behind
To
the
you, it's
custom.
not a bad custom. Don't forget, this is still opinions.
Yes,
Some
that was
people-
it. That was it. Some people have
I'm with
reservations.
you. I
I hear you.
want to.
Some people have reservations
Mhm.
behind the custom, and then they feel like, you know what, I feel like, you know, having the woman take on a man's name is diminishing the value of the woman. And I totally agree with it, right?
100%.
Now, see the argument there is diminishing the value of the woman, not the value of the children, not the value of the custom as a whole.
But that's what you are saying to you, to her.
And that's why I said it's still me. See, it's not a forced thing.
Of course.
And that was it is a conversation you have with someone before you can't have this conversation after you're married. It doesn't make sense to me. You have this discussion, especially if you know it's the kind of person who likes to change norms in customs, right? You just know that this person, you would already know that's the kind of person you're trying to marry now. They don't like to follow the regular custom.
Contrary.
You would know. And so in that light, you would have discussions. You say,
Mr.
okay,
Otedola says no.
yes.
No, actually, no. Fuck your money.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but we're
Oh.
not, yo,
My dad is not poor. I don't understand. Maybe,
exactly.
fuck your money.
Because see,
Respectfully.
let's be honest. If I'm being
Making
honest and I'm being real,
Some guys have to actually go through these problems we're
Even
talking
if
about
yes,
right now.
I know.
At the
Yes.
point I marry her, things go bad for me and my life is not good. My kids are keeping my last name.
of course, see, let's understand
It's not a
something.
money or whatever
Exactly.
thing.
Let's understand something.
Copy can keep her name. It's fine. I respect it. But if, God forbid, things are bad.
So
My
again,
children
for
are
argument's
keeping
sake,
that
I'm
name.
with you, Amal. You're giving my last name, but also to open that door is, I feel like if you give your wife, I don't want to say the
I don't
woman,
agree.
the door to keep her last name, she's also an individual the same way we are individuals. That she's
Agreed.
also going to say, hey, why can't they also have my last
I
name
still
along
don't
with
think so.
yours?
So you see, again, like I said, it still comes down to the custom. There's nothing in this conversation that goes beyond the customary, practices. If the custom says, oh, as you're marrying into the husband's house, you take his name, and as that trail continues, you know, and that's why you always have documentation that says, oh, mother's maiden name, because it's customary, right? Now, in the event that you want to break the norms every now and then, and you want to do name change and all, it's still a personal decision. It's still see, nobody is tied down to.
Yeah, so we're
or
agreeing.
being
So
for-
this is still a personal decision.
but what I disagree with is that opening a door to allowing your wife keep her father's
Does not
name
open the door.
doesn't. Yeah,
Simple. On the
then
same page.
that's my.
I feel
It just.
like
I don't
it
think. I don't think it leads to it. Right. Again, it's still an adult decision to have. Sorry, an adult discussion to have. You talk with your partner. If they believe that opening that door gives them the right, then it's just a.
I feel,
It's
and the reason I'm even
it's
saying
a
low-key,
disagreement.
because
Low-key.
I've seen this.
Out of love, if you have 3 kids, I'll give you 1 child.
Look, I wouldn't even give it. Let me tell you, I wouldn't even do that.
But you're up
No,
there.
I wouldn't even do that.
So there are some.
You know why?
So there are
At that point-
if
at that point,
you
when
love her,
they
you
will
want
feel
to
like-
marry her, and you
yes.
know I'm not leaving this girl, and she's insisting.
And so that's a compromise. Oh, yes.
Yes.
But you know why that
Take
also
one.
Thank
also
you.
messes
You guys
things
are
up?
now because
No,
it's
but
very
no.
easy to say no.
No,
You're
but-
too
no,
young.
but-
Just like
But
I'm
it's still-
saying no, but compromise.
No, but
marriage
it's still
hand
the
side. Take one
same.
child.
It's still the same parents' agreements, because at that point he's still agreeing that, you know, the custom would demand that the children keep his last name, but he also wants the woman so much that he's ready to compromise. Now, compromise means that he's also breaking custom. So not saying that it's because of what he did earlier that he's opening the door. If you have that discussion, it doesn't automatically mean that I let you keep your last name and the children are keeping their last names. If you say that that's what you want, I'm sure, okay, I don't agree with it. We go our separate ways. It's now if he decides he wants to find the middle ground
I
somewhere.
to be with you.
He wants to
Let
find
me
a middle
give
ground
her
somewhere.
one child.
Yeah, but again, my own reservation with that one is that what happens there is that at some point that one child will start feeling like he's not actually, you know, part of the family with the
Again,
other children.
I just feel like
to
if
me, it
you
opens
open-
that
to
one's
me,
a weird
if
thing.
you open the door of letting her keep it, it opens that door to me.
Okay,
Another
I-
great-
Everybody's
I would disagree.
individuals.
Another
Everybody's
going off point. You are Christian. You are married to you love a Muslim babe.
What
She'll
do the
be
children
Muslim,
practice?
you'll be Christian. It will not disturb anybody. The kids, whose religion are they
Let them
taking?
choose.
It doesn't work like that. When they are young, it doesn't work like that. See,
Let them
let's
choose.
All
be
these
honest.
things are
In my
very
opinion,
easy
does
to
not
say
work
until
like that.
I'm not saying you're wrong, by the
Yeah,
way.
They
I'm
can choose
just
when they are older, but when they are young, you have to groom them or take
one
them
of
to
you
church
has
or
to
mosque.
one of you,
Yes.
and guess what?
And
More
I agree
likely,
with that.
but let me bust your head. More
Mother's
likely it's the
religion,
mother's, because the
100%.
mother's the one raising the child.
100%.
Unless the father is one of those men that is like, see, he's not going or she's not going to this. It's usually if the man is stubborn, like, oh no. If not, if it's just whoever is raising it, most likely the mothers.
Exactly. And I fully agree with that. But you see, in that one, there's no custom per se that drives that. There's no part of the custom that says you must do the man's...
Personal decision.
It's a personal
I get
decision.
you,
There's
yeah.
no custom that says you must
There's
do
no
the man's
rule in
religion.
this case. Is your agreement.
That one
where's
is
the
more
rule?
of a discretion
So there's
thing.
a rule for last name.
Oh, yes!
Now,
Did you,
Michael, you
bro,
know.
did you hear me when I
know,
said
he
even
knows.
documentation
You
says
know,
maiden,
Michael, you know.
mother's
Where's
maiden name?
You Omo Yoruba near you. Customary laws, you know.
No, it's
That's
not- no, no,
traditional.
no,
See, and that's
Let's
why.
not- bro,
See
that's
why I'm
not-
asking based off. See why
Bro,
I'm asking
it's
this
not even
question.
a-
It's conversation.
it's not
Like,
even a
are we
Yoruba
basing this
thing.
off? Hey, I'm gonna ask. Are we basing this off a Yoruba thing,
It's not
a
even a
Nigerian thing,
Yoruba
or
thing.
just a general
Bro,
law?
it's even general.
Mm.
That's what I said in documentation. There's a reason you don't have father's maiden name. There's a reason. you only have mother's maiden name when you're documenting stuff.
Because of when they're married,
yes,
she takes the
customarily,
name.
exactly. It's around the world. Now, it doesn't mean that everybody
with
takes
children,
the name.
but then that's what I'm saying. With children,
Yes.
that's different because even when you sign the birth certificate now, right, they're going to say mother's name, maiden name, all that.
Yes.
What is the child's name? And it's whatever name you, as the parents, have given them. So again, based off what, that's why I asked that question. When he said Yoruba culture, I cannot argue that one because that one is Yoruba culture. Then Nigerian culture, I cannot necessarily say I don't know the law. But then nationally, almost whatever name you
let me ask you something.
That child is
let me
going
ask you
by.
something. Let me ask you something. Why do you think they use certain names to identify whose father whoever this person is, or whose parents you are to someone? Say, for example, you get to a child. Oh, Yeshana, is your father this? Is your mother this? There's a reason why there's a reason why surname around the world is being used to identify what's it called?
Families.
Lineage.
Yes.
It's because customarily, if your father gives birth to you, you take on your father's name. It's usually not
And
the
I'm
case.
not disagreeing.
It's usually not the case.
I'm not disagreeing to that.
Why I disagree with your point is that you said you choose what name you give your child.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. You see how you're saying based off customs and how the traditions.
You choosing what to give your
the
child is
traditions
breaking
have
custom.
been. But again, that's what I'm saying is the majority of people have followed that tradition, but there's still many people
Of
that
course.
have chosen the names.
I mean, it's just like
it's like for
any
example,
custom.
when you watch the NFL or NBA now, right? So many of those players now, do you know how many of them have not taken their father's names?
And
most of them are taking them. Some of them are. A lot of them are taking their mother's maiden name.
Of course, no.
So, and that's because again,
maybe
based
the
off
mother
race,
raised
There's
them.
the black American
maybe the
culture,
most
which
But you
doesn't
see why we're
really
having this
relate to
conversation.
it. Yeah.
You said black American, but okay, you know white players.
No,
too.
I don't even think it's no. It's not black American culture.
I get what
So
he's
like
saying.
the
because
American
I get
culture
what he's
where-
saying.
No,
Yeah.
it's a lot to do with absent fathers, mother being mostly present.
Even in
a
Nigeria,
lot
with
of
the
cases.
absent father,
Yes, no.
most times they still put the man's name.
Because
I know, that
of
one
our
is
most
traditional
times.
culture.
No,
Our
that
traditional
one.
culture is no
I'm
matter.
not saying it's good or bad. I'm
Because
just
notice
saying
in Nigeria,
what
see,
happened.
a father
Yes.
cannot do. But that's what I said. Even that's why I say tradition sometimes is stupid. It doesn't mean it has to be followed. Because even in Nigeria, a father cannot be in somebody's life, but they will still
Try
hold
to
the
take
father or pray
There are
in some way.
exceptions though. In the East, if you don't legally, like if you don't marry the woman traditionally, is the girl's father's child though.
Yes,
In
that's
the
what they
East,
say.
It is the girl's father's surname.
It's like, for
No
example,
argument.
for
Yes.
example, like for me, that's why I said I feel like it's still personal. So it's like, I'll give you an example. For me, there was a point I wanted to change my last name to my family name, Fowler, because obviously I've grown up with the Fowlers. I didn't grow up with my dad's side. I didn't grow up with them, but obviously, as I got older, I started knowing the sense of pride of just having your last name as a person. Like when I started chilling with my grandpa more, it's like, okay, I mess with my grandpa. I might not mess with my dad, but I mess with my grandpa. So it's like, okay, I want to keep that lineage. But beforehand, I wanted to take my mother's maiden name because this is the family that
you
raised
associate
me.
with,
This is the
yes.
family, not even just associate with.
No,
like,
I
raised
mean
me,
that's
like,
your family.
and
That's
to
what
me,
I'm
it's like,
saying.
this is the person, my mother, that's giving birth to me. No matter what, my mother cannot leave me. My father can leave. Your father can leave you at any point. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I still feel like it's still a choice. But I get what you're saying. Based off traditions and customs, most times the father's name now.
I think if they ask you by default, whose son are you? By
Your-
default,
But your
no matter how
surname
woke
is what
you are,
identifies you.
the first name is your father's
Yes.
name. If they ask the average
Yes.
Nigerian,
Yes.
whose son are
Not
you?
even average Nigerian, bro. The average human.
I can't speak for others, but in
No,
Nigeria,
this is-
whose son are
again,
you?
again,
By
that's-
default,
Again,
without any
you know what's
context,
funny?
your
Again.
answer
Only
will be
when
your
I came
father's
to
name. Yeah.
Nigeria that they'll say, who's your father? Outside is just like, who are your parents or even who's your mom?
Yeah, but do you know why? Let me also tell you
So
why.
context
Let
and
me also tell you why. It's because in Nigeria we practice marry before giving birth a lot more than the Western world, right? And so you find a lot of Western worlders having children without being married. A lot of wedlocks. And so when that happens, there's no who is your father. It's always and like you said, you take my mother's name because my mother's the one that raised me.
So
let's say.
based off traditionally in Nigeria, you don't really see, unless you are married.
It's
you don't
just
really
now,
have
as
kids.
it's recent now that you just see a lot of,
They're dating or they're
I like
fucking-
your
baby,
brain.
baby mamas.
I
a
like
lot
your
of,
brain. I like this guy's brain. I
you
like
see a
your
lot
brain.
of you see a lot of baby mamas. So before now, not even saying
You go
that
dey
people
catch
didn't.
women. This guy, no. You go dey. No,
Don't kill me, please.
You go dey catch. I like this guy's brain.
So,
No
see,
more.
see,
I like his brain.
if you look at it realistically, right? Now, not saying that people didn't give birth to children out of wedlock in the past. Not saying that didn't happen, but the tradition
Snow.
tied us in so much that what do you mean you give birth? You're not married. Even if you didn't love the man, you are sure married legally one way or the other. You did one kind of court wedding or traditional wedding.
Doesn't make it right.
Doesn't
That's
make
the
it right,
reality.
right? But that's the reality of what's going on. And so because we have a lot of tradition backing us, you have a lot more of who's your father.
But do
my
you
father
know
is this.
tradition really is based off what the popular norm did?
How do you mean?
So when you say something is a tradition, right?
Yes.
it's something that has
How
been
things
going
are,
on. It's
basically.
how consistently that
Shield
thing
up-
has
and
gone.
they can change.
So again, Game of Thrones reference. Traditionally,
Yes.
the Night Watch.
Oh my God in heaven. Don't kill me.
Sorry, man. The Night Watch. Traditionally, you are fighting the Wilders. You are fighting them traditionally. Who broke the tradition? Jon Snow.
Okay.
By bringing them in.
Okay.
Out of that now, you think like, oh, hell, that's fucked up and all that. But there's different kind of results there's now a different result that said, hey, these guys weren't as bad as everybody was saying. Now you're even working together.
Okay.
Because somebody decided to go out the norm. It's the same way with here in Nigeria. I feel like a lot of our traditional practices, and also because we are also ruled in fear.
Of course.
That's another factor too. I feel we don't talk about like, even though we have a lot of traditions, those traditions are based off fear. So you don't want to like, don't let them, especially Yorubas.
Based on that, there are harsh consequences for that.
Yeah, all these things we're saying, all these things are based off still other people's opinions.
No,
I don't
but-
feel like
okay, so-
because think
so
about
let me-
it. It's like
let me tell you
know
where-
Yoruba culture. Like you don't want them to say this, so you don't want them to
No,
do this.
so
So
let me-
Nigerian.
no, so let me tell you-
Yoruba, I feel, but is it not more Yorubas?
No, no, it's more
compared to
Nigerian.
Yoruba, we
It's
know more of
Nigerian
Yoruba,
generally.
but it's
It's
Nigerian.
Nigerian
Fair
generally. So
enough.
let me tell you where your point is good up until a certain stage. You are right where you say that, tradition is definitely what is mostly practiced, and then people just take on that and then just pass that.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's someone somewhere who breaks that tradition, and but you see what happens then is that tradition is being broken, but it doesn't stop that parent's tradition from still happening. What then happens is that people now start being open to the diversity of other options.
And
give an example.
That's if they ask questions.
No,
And that's
really.
why.
No,
Bro,
let me get a simple example.
in America now.
Simple example.
Go ahead.
Divorces.
Mm-hmm.
In our parents' time, when we were children,
It existed, but was not.
there was but
Wasn't-
you and I, how much did you know about divorces per se?
Was just a
Now,
word.
it's different if your parents were never married. But I'm talking about you saw your mom and dad, they tell you, oh, we're having a divorce. It wasn't something that we knew so commonly. Now, their
did.
parents, wait, hold on.
In
Their-
Nigerian
now, hold
context,
on.
me.
Ahead. That's why I say context.
Well,
context.
no, we're talking about
so we talk
Nigerian
about so question again.
All
Just
that
for
context
are we
mostly
talking
is
about
Nigeria.
Yes,
No,
context
I'm not
was
saying when I
Nigeria.
say Nigerian,
Yeah.
because in the end there's still Nigerians.
No tribe,
abroad.
nothing.
I was
Just
talking
Nigeria.
about in Nigeria,
Nigerians
or
in Nigeria.
Nigerians, because the Nigerians
Okay,
abroad that we
diaspora.
still have
No,
Nigerian
so-
values, but
that's what.
Yeah. So
Nigerians
in Nigeria.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
now, when you now take the generation before that, and then our parents, how many of them really divorced?
no, Lord, it wasn't common.
See, and so it became common.
There were a lot of separations,
100%.
but like you said, they kept the
They
last.
kept-
They kept
exactly.
the
So
family.
it's become common. Our parents' generation. It's got even more common. Our
But to
generation.
get worse.
So my point now is that
What do you say? Say that again.
it's get
Like
worse
more separation.
as you go. It's
in
get
our
worse.
time.
So now divorces are becoming more
Our
common.
parents compared to us, like
Exactly.
But then that's why.
Wait,
Go ahead, let me
my point
finish
is that
sorry.
our divorces becoming more common is a break from the norm of stay in your marriage, right? Now doesn't mean that stay in your marriage is still not the heavier tradition. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? We still have the stay in your marriage as the heavier
But
tradition.
my question
Just
is,
that
why
now
is
we
it
Only
the
the
have
heavier?
variant.
Why is it the heavier tradition? Which is why I still come up the base of fear. In Nigeria
Agree-
now,
that's why I said I
most of
agree with
us
your point,
are
yeah.
ruled by fear.
Yes.
You have the fear of what people will say about you, the fear of what might happen after.
fear
so
of
also the fear of the
It's
unknown. You
fair.
don't really even know.
Do you know why
what-
I say it's fair? Because look how many.
It's more convenience.
Let me. Do you know what I say? It's both.
okay.
Because look at it this way. There's two ways. There's the convenience of a lot of women now. They know older women, or even now. Let's just say, but we're saying off
Even
traditional
men
values.
too.
No, I'm saying I
Convenience.
just want to say both sides.
Okay.
Okay. Most times in the traditional values, the men will still be cheating, having children everywhere, the woman staying for convenience. Why? Because obviously, let's say the man is successful and things are comfortable, convenience. But then there's the fear aspect also in terms of if I leave him, what am I
Nobody will
going to
marry
do?
me.
What is everybody going to say about me now? What is he going to do to me or my children now? So it's both. And that's why I said that fear thing
Fear
now
of
doesn't allow
condemnation.
us
That's what it was.
Nigerians to really break tradition
Even the
because it's
parents
like,
will say go back to the man.
Fear of
Damn!
let me tell you, fear of
The parents will say
condemnation.
go back to the man that
Yes.
beats you and
See,
cheats on
fear-
you.
so you like,
Fear-
don't
fear-
worry,
Wow,
it's
that's
just
way
a
better.
phase.
Yes.
It's just a phase.
See,
It can
fear-
get better.
Pray,
Pray,
yeah.
pray about
Pray
it.
about it.
See, fear of
Women are
condemnation
suffered.
is something
Women
that
are
they've
suffered.
put in our heads. No, see, because everything you said now is literally just condemnation. You're just afraid that people will condemn you for whatever it is.
Okay, actually.
And it trickles to every single industry, every single aspect of our lives, down from high school. If you drop out because you believe you want to go into music, you're afraid that people will say,
Condemnation, actually.
what do you mean you did not finish
But then
university?
the ones
That
that's-
one of
the ones-
failure. Is it failure or condemnation you're scared
I was
of?
about to say.
It's not, no, it's not failure you're afraid of. Listen to this. No, let me tell you. Hold
Okay, let's say it's
on.
for good.
Listen, let me explain. When you're going into university, you see, first of all, we're all conditioned in Nigeria. We're all conditioned to know that the next step from high school is uni.
Yeah.
Then it's from uni you now then find your way.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, in other parts of the world, from high school you find your way. You can decide if you want to go to uni. You can decide college. You can decide Yes,
Compared to in Nigeria, if you don't go high school,
fact,
it's like,
it is-
you are a
You're
failure.
an illiterate.
Now, that's being called a failure is not that you are afraid you will fail. It's that you're afraid you will be condemned to a failure.
Actually,
So what you're afraid of is not that, now that I didn't go to university, I'm going to be a failure. No. A lot of potential can come from high school.
Oh, so let me
if you were
bust-
to
so-
fail where
so-
nobody knew
so-
you, it
so
will not be a problem.
So
Exactly.
So let me bust.
If you were to fail when
When
there was
nobody
nobody to
knew.
tell
you see
you,
how
you will
fucked up.
fail.
No
That's why I
problem.
said, you see how fucked up the African mind
And
is
I
at
fully
time?
agree.
Because look how you just said. I love how you just brought the example. In America now, you are scared to fail, which means you don't mind trying, but you're just scared that you won't make it. You're not really
Exactly.
worried about
You don't
anybody
care about
else.
what they're gonna say.
You're
Yes.
just worried you won't make it. I mean, there's
Yes.
still that as human beings.
Obviously.
Yes.
But in America, in the West now, just failure. In Nigeria now,
The
you're not
condemnation.
even given the mindset to even want to fail. Because you are already scared of what
What would people
everybody's saying.
say?
And that's why a lot of
And that's why a
Nigerians
lot of
don't try
people that
stuff, yeah.
shine here, the ones that shine here,
Are
like
the ones that break the
musicians,
norm.
are not like
Yes,
break the norm.
they
Which
break
is
the
why
norm.
And while they
Okay.
are shining, there are people
Still condemning them.
that will be doing videos saying who the fuck are you and who
Yes,
made you what
still
you are.
condemning them. No, but it's the truth. See, and fear of fear of
you didn't
condemnation.
get the sub. This nigga does.
No, what is it? I didn't hear
Hold
you.
on.
You didn't hear this?
You didn't hear the sub.
I
You
didn't
don't
hear
need to repeat it. They were heads. They were
Oh
heads.
shit! Oh wait.
They were
Wait.
heads.
I heard the sub. I don't know who the reference is for.
People that are chef and their claim to fame is not cooking.
Don't kill me. Please.
It's not cooking,
Oh
no.
my God,
Imagine
yeah.
being a chef
Of course not,
and
sir.
your claim to fame is not cooking. It's calling a food critic out.
Jesus.
I would
Fair
only respect chefs who are popular for being good chefs. If they call me out, I'll sit down with them and talk to them. But if
Oh
your
my
only
goodness.
claim to fame, the only reason you are known is that chef that called Opeyemi out.
Say no
Question.
to violence.
Do you-
Say no to
Imagine
violence. Say no to
being
violence.
a
Side
chef
notes.
whose claim to fame.
Side note.
Say no
Do
to
you
violence.
do you do food critics in terms of like you know how this guy
I dissect it, yes, I do.
What's his
but
name?
Nigerians don't
you know
like
that
it.
Yankee guy is like, I went to this place and we're gonna try it, let's go.
Yeah,
With his wife. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
Yankee guy now.
Yes.
Well, that's dreadlocks, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm saying, so do you do that? Because I know you do food, but do you actually like
I do those actually. So
like the chef? I'm talking about for chefs. As per, you sit down. Hey guys, this is this chef. This is the food I'm about to try from this chef.
it's more
Right.
about the food. When I like the chef, or like when the food is exceptional, I ask for the chef.
So you don't. It's never press attack from the chef. It's always the
Just-
food
just-
you're
No, no.
focused on.
It's the food. If I love the food, I'll hail the food. If I like day before yesterday now. So most Nigerians are used to food critics doing fine dining restaurants. Day before yesterday, I went to Onikpan for the best amala in that spot, and I did a review on the amala, and I mentioned the woman. That is a review. But Nigerians are used to fine dining, or I'm having this and that. But I'm a Nigerian food critic. I should push Nigerian food. I've been to Borno to talk about Nigeria.
Yeah.
I've been to
I know,
Bayelsa.
I saw
I've
the
been to Port Harcourt.
Warri. I saw the Warri one.
That was like years ago.
Yeah,
So
that's-
like
yeah,
I've been to
that's
different
related,
states to talk
exactly.
about Nigerian dishes, but Nigerians don't respect me because I don't do the fine dining. That one doesn't rate me because she's from the UK, so she wants to be seeing me doing caviar and stuff. But I'm like, I am a Nigerian food critic. Like I'm teaching Nigerians about Nigerian food. I can go to Borno and speak about Borno food.
You know
that
what?
Nigerians
You know
don't know.
what's
So now this is
From
the
him
condemnation
saying
I
this
kept
out-
talking
from him
about.
just saying this out, it just
So it's
blew-
like-
it actually like when he was like
That's why I will
when he said
never
Nigerian-
respect that
when he
woman.
said Nigerian food critic now.
I'm a
like,
Nigerian
it makes
food
sense because in
critic.
the end, like you say, you even say it sometimes like my wife is not the West, so you can't be.
They be teasing me for going to Mama Put, eating in Port Harcourt,
So, can I say what
in
I'm
a
talking
ghetto
about?
in Port Harcourt.
This is
But I'm
the
like,
same fear
but
I
I'm a
spoke about.
Nigerian.
So
What
this
am
is the same
I?
fear I spoke about because think about it. The reason why you won't have a lot of this content is that
I've been to your school before to eat the
other
food in your
people,
school.
other people,
Covenant, right?
yes.
I've been to Covenant, like to eat the food. I talk about it.
See,
But they
and-
want
and-
fine
see,
dining.
and the problem is that
Fair.
see,
And
people
how many Nigerians are actually doing fine?
this.
That's
And
a
you know why?
small
It's because, and
1%.
it's a small percentage because the thing, like you said, people will practice what's most popular as tradition in quotes, right? And so when someone breaks the norm, the fear of breaking the norm is the fear of being condemned. People would have condemned. People are already condemning him because of the niche of content he's doing. But the reason people aren't doing it is because there's condemnation behind it.
And it's fair. Well,
The
that's
minute
what,
we can break from that condemnation concept, Nigeria.
Man, nigga, the
Wait,
numbers.
wait.
I had 1 million views
Let
for
me-
meeting Amala.
Let me
Talking
ask you
about
this.
it.
Let me ask you this. When
Go ahead,
Nigerians,
it's a
when
knock now.
Nigerians
Talk
go
about it.
abroad,
Yeah.
right? When Nigerians go abroad, why do you think all of a sudden they start thriving? It's because at that point you've removed
there's a
condemnation.
mentality. But do you see why I
That
said
block of
back to
condemnation,
our
we
points
remove
about
it.
traditions and all that? Do you see why I see sometimes like I follow there's certain traditions I like and follow based off my personal view and
Yeah.
experience. But there's a lot I cannot follow based
100%.
off what they are
What
saying
the-
the results.
yeah.
Like you said, when you go abroad now, bro, when I was in Yankee last year for my tour, I will see so many Nigerians shining guys are day Lagos with us. So if you see them now, even their
Once they
mentality.
leave, yes.
It's because now you have expression. Now you can actually do what you want to do.
Freedom.
Yes.
People that express, that's why I say people that do well here in Nigeria. It's harder because
it's harder. Yeah.
for you to actually shine, like in Yankee now, that's what they even encourage from young. Oh, shine, do think outside the norm.
Fail.
When you're
They tell
somebody
you to
that thinks
fail.
outside the norm here, you blow because
Even your
nobody.
parents unconsciously might try and know.
It's not even
Out of
unconsciously.
love.
They do.
No, no, no.
Unconsciously.
Out of love.
No,
Out of
okay, I
love.
get what he's saying.
Okay,
Because
out of
like
love.
they don't
I see what you
realize
mean.
Out of
because
love
of the
that-
because of the
Conditioning,
traditional
yes,
and conditioning, like
conditioning.
you said.
Out of love, they'll be like, don't everybody's doing it. Be a banker now. At least it works. Why
Let
are
me.
you doing
If I want,
parties?
Like my
what
mom,
are we going
out
for?
of love.
When you're trying to bring someone home as a wife, you face these things. You hear them saying, "Okay, what does she do? Where does she work?" To be honest, though, a lot of these things actually don't matter. Because
It matters.
no, wait. Now I always have a point.
matters.
I always have a point. So
Although,
hold on.
If I didn't
I might
listen to
disagree with
if
you.
I didn't
Bro,
listen to my mother's advice for some girls,
let me land. I have a point. I have a point.
Fair.
You see, what that has done to us is that it's put us in a bubble. Now you're looking for somebody who's you must work in a bank, off 9 to 5, have a good job, have a just no hold on, Alan. Have a good job, have a good this, right? It's good.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what that does to you?
What?
That puts the bottle of people you are trying to select from in only one section. Now you've not looked at the person who has potential but maybe lacked opportunity.
Now, can I say something?
Moreover, are you dating? Sorry to say,
Yes.
an illiterate or mualata with good personality?
No, that's not
That
obviously.
can be a home builder.
No, wait, first.
She's
We're
a home builder.
We're talking about extremes
She's
now.
beautiful. She has a good personality. Her English is bad.
This guy
No.
sounds
Are you
like my
dating
mom.
her?
But we're talking about
This guy
extremes.
sounds like my
Relax.
mom.
Relax.
Yo, I had a phase. I can't lie.
When
I was dating some girls, like beautiful girls, but
You are
Okay.
better than this.
no, not even that. So I
we're
remember
talking
there was a
about
time
different
my mom.
standards,
There was a
yes.
time my mom. Now, right? I was like, when I was single, I was like, for me, it's like
Mualatas will hate me.
is
I'll come
your
at you. I'll come for
personality.
you people
Is
now,
your
yes.
personality for me? Even up to now, your personality, your mindset, and your drive.
But there are some other things that
Now,
have to be there.
I didn't care about the other things based, and that's why I said I actually had to listen to the adults in Nigeria way or some stuff because my mom would say, "Look, this life is long term. You want somebody that is you in terms of you come from what does she always say? You have you're equally yoked in terms of similar
Yes.
backgrounds because at one point, like he
Their
said, that
family
Alata,
will
how do you
start
say it?
believing
How do you say it?
Yeah, what?
Alata, Abi.
Omalata.
Omalata. There's a
Omalewa.
point. Once the emotions go and the real marriage or dating starts, you will see the differences.
Okay, now good. Now let me explain my
Family's
point.
body.
Now let me explain
Bro.
my
All
point.
our siblings.
Oh yeah,
Let me
let's say you
explain
want
my
to do
point
family
properly.
get together now. It's based her family. She's not her family, but her family is still her family.
Sometimes she could even go to school. She could be touched. It is bad to say. She could leave that space and touch herself up and be on your level.
Yes.
But because of her family,
yes.
it may be a problem,
Good.
Marina.
Good. Now let me
It
now.
is, see,
now
so
let me
it
tell
is
you
a
why-
bad thing to say.
Now let me
but
tell
it
you
is
why.
No,
fact.
but reality.
No, let me tell
This
you
is
why.
Fact.
Now
Not
let me
because
tell you
her
why.
family-
Now let me tell you
she
why.
is good, but her family.
Let me tell you
is
why.
like,
Let me
nah.
tell
because
you
she's
why.
already facing a burden. So when she now marries you, that's now your burden.
Hold on. Now let me tell you why I would disagree with you. Now you mentioned an extreme, which is Omalata, nice personality.
But it is a big reality.
Okay,
No,
let's
no,
say,
no, no.
Let's say,
So
let's
the
say,
educated
let's
ones
say
now-
reality.
But that was not my
Okay, now,
point. But
in
that was
Nigeria now, the educated ones.
but that was
they've left the trenches. But
that was not even
that
my,
rope is
that
still
was
there.
not even my point.
Okay.
Right now, we're talking about several scenarios here
Okay.
because I've heard the scenario of Omalata, educated, not educated, can't speak well, good personality. That's one scenario. We've heard the one about not Omalata, elevated yourself, you speak well, you're educated, but your family is still very connected to you, and you're still kind of maybe with the breadwinner, so to say. That's also one scenario.
Does
There's also the scenario of you are educated, not connected with your family, you're just on your own. Let me tell you why this is good to have to put perspective on. Because the scenario where you've brought yourself out of the trenches, right? But you're not connected. You're bringing yourself out was not connected to your family. So you're only a family by.
you are married.
No, hold
You're married
on.
and family.
Relax. Let me land.
And then I want to hear your
Relax.
laughter.
Because there are scenarios like that, right? You have a family and they're just family by the fact that they give birth to you.
Okay.
And at that point, it stopped.
And you've cut yourself off.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
I get you now.
Now, you see, I say this because a lot of our parents actually had this. When that person builds themselves, right, they now become an us.
Okay.
If I'm sitting down here now, except I tell you my story, you can't know that I'm that kind of person. Do you understand?
100%.
I've built myself to this person now, today. And moving forward, the legacy will continue from this point. There's no family that's going to drag me. It's different if I'm so tied to them that every day. No. I've cut myself off.
Different
Right?
story then. But
Now, are you now then saying that somebody shouldn't marry me because of the family I'm not connected to? Now, let's also put perspective that my marriage conditions don't matter to them. Like, if they say we're coming for traditional kokomi, fine, it might be difficult to be a difficult hurdle to cross, but I am creating the new point from here. Would you now say that nobody should marry me for that reason?
Do you know why? Because
Tell me.
like you say, even in terms of family history, not just even from what you see visually, even mentally, spiritually,
Okay.
there are a lot of things like he can say, okay, I'm done with my family, boom. But they've probably had so many family problems, whether mentally or religiously, that
Okay.
you don't know, that can still touch you.
Okay. So you know at that point now, this is you just speaking from the small bubble
why
of
it's not that
It's
small.
not
wait,
small bubble for
wait.
anybody.
It's not that
Wait,
small.
now you're still speaking from the small bubble of superstition, one, which is not wrong. Well, this is not me discrediting it. Superstition and again still the traditional confines
Question.
of
I
being a
get you, Sha.
Nigerian.
I also go for that.
I get-
girl.
The
Question.
traditional
Like, I'll
confines
go
of
for
being a
you.
Nigerian.
I get you.
Game of
Since-
Thrones.
Because again, if this person is also
They're like
spiritual,
a new Christian convert that wants everybody to know that I'm a
yeah,
Christian now.
see, because if this
I'll
person
go
is
for the
also
girl. I'll
if this
go for the
person
girl.
also has my religious beliefs, right? And the only thing I'm tying to them is the one thing they didn't have a choice
It's
to cut off.
unfair. It's unfair.
Because think about it,
I'll go for the
I
girl.
can't choose who gave birth to
Question.
me.
But I'll be
Question.
wary, Sha.
Question.
Which
But I'll
is
go for the
natural.
girl.
Question.
Like,
Go
that's
for
what I was
the
trying to ask now.
So
Exactly.
with the point I brought up now,
Yeah.
and the reason I brought it, like I said, is I want people to know I'm watching it. But at the same time, okay, look at the Targaryens now.
Okay.
They get mental craze for their
Okay.
family.
Yes.
You understand?
Agreed. Mhm.
I'll just a real life perspective. They get
Okay.
mental craze for their
Okay.
family. Let's say one of them now is the one that says, okay, I'm doing my own thing, boom.
Yes.
A lot of our family history can still come down to your child. It might
Okay,
not affect
how?
you.
Give
But
me a scenario. Just paint a scenario.
that's medical
I
now.
mean, that's why I said it's either mental.
No, but that one has
or-
You
nothing
could be
to
a
do-
normal person from
You
a
can be
rich
from a
home
rich family and
you
still
have
have that same-
no. That's
Yeah,
the difference.
it's
No,
both
no.
sides.
That's
It's
why I
You
said
are
both
that
bringing
you're
a
con-
difference. No,
That's
like,
why I
sides.
said you're confined by superstition.
like you're bringing a difference.
I would say superstition,
No,
but
no. See,
I feel like you
My-
need to
Superstition
actually
is not a bad
ask
thing.
every
Superstition is not a
question.
bad thing. Let's
I'm
not.
not saying it is, but I'm saying when you marry somebody,
Yes.
it's not just the individual you're marrying.
And I'm asking you now that we are the ones that created that mindset. That
I don't
is
think
not
it's
the
we.
individual.
We're
It's-
saying
it's
financial
people.
history from the family, not medical history.
Okay, you are just saying finances.
Even if it's not
Finance
finances,
Are we just
and
talking
how
about
the
finances?
family,
yeah, how the
finances
because
upbringing,
you
not
don't
medical.
find out
Yes.
because even but
Medical is general,
Well,
madness is general.
fair.
But like
No,
we're
you see,
saying,
fair.
we
if
got-
she's not on your strata,
yes.
if she is now, but her family
Is
is
not.
below, not
Oh,
medical.
okay,
That's what we're
okay.
So you
saying.
see, we got to this point because I was saying that the projection that the African parents will put on you is bring home this wife, bring home that wife. It's a projection.
So you don't mind? Let me ask you a question. You don't mind? And I'm not saying it's wrong because, like I said, I have this mentality too. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
So let's say now, like you say, you bring a girl now that you're and a lot of men do it. You're the one that's basically going to show her the other side of life.
What side
Wait.
of life?
No. So that's an
So
extreme.
with what you
Hold
said,
on.
no.
Take
What
it
I mean,
common,
other
it's
side
common,
is
I'm not saying it's not common.
It's not
But
extreme.
that was not the
what I mean,
scenario I
no,
was
what I'm
painting.
saying is, let's say she's educated.
Yes.
She's doing well for herself and all, like you say, like she's worked her way up, like she's her own
Yes.
individual.
But you're the one that's
But
giving her that come up.
There's another. Okay, for example,
No.
let me be the best. Okay, in Lagos now, Nigeria. There's some girls that have never left Lagos. Some girls never left Nigeria.
Okay.
You are now. That's why I said, and they're doing okay for themselves. Here.
Okay.
But now you are the one that's going to show her that other side of life. Right? You're the one that's going to take out the country for the first time.
It's not a
You're the one
problem.
that.
I don't see that as a thing. That's
No, I'm not
It's
saying
not
it's a bad thing. I'm
downgrade,
just
yeah.
asking. I'm
It's
not
not
saying
a
it's a
downgrade.
bad. I'm just asking.
now see for
It's
me
not a downgrade.
that's not a problem, and that's exactly what I was trying to say. So now let's put
But for the other gender, will it be a problem?
it. We'll get to that discussion. We'll get to
Will it
that
be a
part of the
problem
discussion. Wait,
for the
first.
other gender?
As
But-
far she's traveled, but he's never traveled.
No. She earns 2 million. 400
Exactly.
salary
Yes.
is not
She's
bad.
traveled. He
She's
has
She's
never-
traveled. He's
traveling.
never traveled.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
He's
there's
doing
some situations
okay.
like that
Of
too.
course,
Yes.
it will be a problem.
Yes, and she's the one taking him on a and pay for the this thing. Will it be a problem?
No,
we
no,
know the answer.
No, see, no,
she's
I still think it's a
financing the bill,
mindset
that's different.
thing,
That's
right?
different.
I still think
Who's
it's a mindset
financing the
thing.
bill? It's not the man.
No, I thought you said if she's the one also financing the bill.
If you showing at the other side, is you financing everything?
No,
now.
but you know,
Because
again,
if you
again,
switch-
No,
guys,
what about she has the
guys,
money now,
we're
but
still
because
back
of
here.
you, she has the. So, for example, now, my babes, or
Okay.
if a babes will come and meet me now, you have money and all that. On my Yankee passport, or is easier with me. You understand? Compared to by
It's not
yourself.
Really, you're good. There's no case here, to be honest.
So
It's normal.
No, see, to be honest, right? I think we're still back to because we mentioned
It
that
could be like Jimmy
the
now.
guy.
like,
we mentioned that the guy would be the one to, the girl would be the one taking care of the guy in that scenario.
Yeah.
You guys know again that we're still coming back to that same social norm that the man must be the one to
Provide.
take care of. Well, we're just conditioned this way. Now it's different if
Let's break that
she's
down.
earning more,
Yeah.
but you're still earning. She's just earning more, right? It's another thing if you're a deadbeat. You're just that's you just being
factors.
that's you just being a lazy human being, not even about a man, or that's just being a lazy human being, right?
In your case, she's earning more, but you are earning. And
Exactly.
So like you are earning
So you've
more,
never traveled though, but you're
you're
still good.
It's good.
To
There's
me,
no
there's
issue
nothing
there.
wrong.
There's no.
No, I didn't say so.
But now let me tell you, African parents will see something wrong. That's where I was driving at.
For the man.
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
You see why this is
I
a
don't
good
think so.
conversation.
Listen to this.
She's earning well.
Yes.
You are just richer as expected,
Let me tell you that.
and you are the
average
one
African-
suggesting trips. You are both tipping it, but you are doing more, taking out trips and everything.
No. I'm not saying that the African parents will have more of a problem in that scenario.
Okay, what's?
I mean, you're a guy. They'll believe
Yeah.
that you still take care of things and all that
what
stuff.
scenario?
The scenario of she's the one paying more.
Bro, our friends will let
It's
her
not
know
her
that.
parents even, because how
See what
the
I mean?
parents
Everybody
parents don't know
Exactly.
unless you say.
And
There's
this is
somebody
what-
I want to call, but I follow the person.
Don't
I
don't
will
call
not
anybody
the person's name.
later. But see, no,
That we all know.
but this don't kill me, please. This is the question. Now this is the point I was trying to raise now.
So it's like
Now, why do we think this way? Because
it's a society.
No,
I don't like it.
and that's what I said.
They assume she earns more than the husband. Do we know?
And that's what I was
Do we
saying.
know?
The norms of the projection they put on you, whether parents, friends, are the things that still worry. We still
Can
worry.
your wife? Okay,
we worry so
can
much
your
about
wife-
condemnation.
Do you mind if your wife earns more than you?
After we get married, 100%.
I don't see.
please.
After, okay.
See, let me tell
Can
you.
you date a girl that's
See, let me tell
making
you.
more
Let me
than
tell you.
then?
I can date a girl that's
Slightly a
earning
bit
more.
more, yes.
See, I can date a girl
Slightly.
that's earning more. If
Oh.
I'm earning to the power that I don't actually need her money for stuff. She can earn more if she needs to.
My guy.
Let's be
Some
honest.
things are easier said
It
than
shows
done.
it. Thank you.
Some things are
Am I not
easier
saying
said
No, I'm not
than
saying you
done.
know. You've been in it, but
Do
was
you
it
know
a long-term thing?
If this girl was single, you can't
Yeah.
date her. What's her name? Temi's sister, Kopi's junior sister. You can't date that babe.
But
Why?
we're talking about
No, why?
Bro, why are you
No,
trying to
why?
use that to broke shame me? Hello,
Nobody is broke up.
No, exactly. See, what I'm saying is,
Okay.
in that context,
Maybe not her, but there are some babes that you would think yes, you love her, but
yes.
Okay,
When
tech babe. Let's say you.
when she
Let's say
bring-
you.
Hello,
tech babe-
Lord,
tech-
no,
no.
no, that's
When
like,
I say
wait,
tech
guys.
babe, as in like, let's say she's a founder that she
No,
has.
no,
bar.
guys. Let's
okay.
let's
Like,
set
okay, there's a
let's
girl I
set the
know.
stage
There's a girl I
properly.
know that's a
Yeah,
tech.
good.
Let's set the stage
Okay.
properly. The context here was I'm earning enough that I don't need her money. You know what that means?
Okay.
It means I can still be the man. in the
No,
relationship.
that's not.
dating a billionaire.
Then in that
You're
case,
not
then
finessing
no,
my
dating a
question. You're
billionaire,
finessing my
no.
question.
No,
So
I
wait,
said if
as
she's earning more,
somebody that's
Baba,
not a millionaire,
you have a
dating
job right
billionaire,
now. Do you not have a job right now?
You are doing
Okay,
well.
you are doing well.
I'm doing
But
okay.
her own
can be
level
doing
of
better.
Like
her own level is tech founder.
That's it. She dey travel to Paris every
Tech
3
founder,
months.
Baba, tech
That kind of
founder.
thing.
Mark Zuckerberg, if it was a woman,
She
and
has
he's
a
not
10
married,
million
and she's
funding.
And
dating
it's not
10
possible.
million
No,
funding.
you are talking about
That's what
relationship
he's
between.
saying. No,
That's
it's
what
not-
I'm saying.
Zuckerberg with me is made than
No, you're
that
saying no,
relationship.
Baba.
You
You're
have
not
your
answering
money now.
direct.
No.
If she has 10
So I said my conditions were my own money as I don't need her to chip in at all. And what that means is as a couple, because you were talking about relationships, Nabi. As a couple, I can do all the things as a guy. I need to
Actually,
do.
no, you can't. Sorry, your lifestyles are different,
Bro, if she wants
can't.
to,
Sorry
do you know?
to say,
Okay, Muiwa,
can't.
you are doing well,
A
right?
quick
You are
breakfast for
doing.
you is Ericaiza. For her, it could be one, like maybe one mad place like
I'm
that.
going to Ghana. I'm going to
I'm
Ghana.
telling you.
No.
I'm
We're
going
can
to
afford
Ghana.
but can
Then you
do
guys
this
are
every
not.
time?
We're not.
Wait, that means.
You guys are. See, I understand what you're saying,
Bro,
and
I
I agree
met
with
a
you.
girl, I should not be
But
saying
my
that.
point
That
is,
was so
these
ran
are
away from her.
extremes still.
I've been there.
These are extremes.
I
I've
went to
been
the
here.
girl's bedroom.
I've been
Her
here.
bedroom was bigger than my whole apartment.
Bro, what are you
She had a jacuzzi in her bathroom.
You're talking about bedroom.
I'm like, Opeyemi,
I said
it's
somebody's
only
front
big.
porch was bigger
You
than my
can offer
apartment.
this girl. Leave this girl alone.
There's one girl.
Somebody's
There's
front
There's one.
porch was
There's
bigger than
one
my
girl.
apartment.
Like I
bedroom.
wasn't dating her. I wasn't
Yes.
trying to date her. Like
I
we
ran.
just met. We were cool. It's the biggest house I've ever seen in Lagos. It was in Osborne. As soon as we went to the gate,
Was
of
that
the
her father's house or her house? Mine was
It's
her
her
own
father.
house.
Oh no, it's
Really,
her father's
her
house.
own house.
But how was her father's? But I remember when I saw the gate and the house of it, I started calling. This is how bush I became. I did call my guys from Yankee. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
nigga,
yeah,
hey,
tell me
nigga,
about
hey,
it, tell me about
you
it.
need to see this shit. He's like, what's wrong with you? FaceTime. He said, yo, no, I can't. I come from a good background, but at the same
for
time,
that one.
level.
No, for that one,
Exactly.
yeah, for that one, definitely. I think the disparity is too much.
Okay, so let's
obviously.
go back to the point.
I
Like you
was
said,
talking
if
more-
it's her money.
I was talking
Not
about
her parents, her money.
So I was talking about like just richer as per numbers wise, she's actually richer.
But you're putting
But
a
not-
cap on it.
There are levels to richer.
no,
there's
because I have to
levels.
talk about the reality of my
If
life.
I earn 2 million,
The
you
truth-
earn
So
5
why? Okay,
million.
so
It's
let's go
fine
back
now.
to the
It's
Well,
Temi.
you know
Let's
why?
go back to the Temi example. Now,
Okay,
like
the
you
truth
said.
is-
Let's say
the truth
Temi
is-
or Todola.
okay, like
You
a
meet
Temi
her
or
on a night out. Like, oh,
On
hey,
a, wait,
let's
oh yeah,
meet.
let's stop there first.
Bro, she's not
You
your
meet her
level.
on a night out where?
Bro, do you know how
I've
many
met her,
times?
no,
Bro, Bro, what do
No,
you
see,
mean?
but
You know how
now-
many times
but
Copy
no,
used to go
see,
to South
wait
Social?
first, wait now,
Copy
but
they
now,
go South Social.
wait, now,
The first born.
wait,
I met her.
wait,
She
wait,
text me one time.
wait. Now we're talking from an angle.
On my cheek,
of,
not my lips.
well, we're talking from an angle of this. The outing was okay. Maybe you're in the celebrity space, and so that's why they're there.
No, don't do that, Muriwa. But you know you can go to the same places at Temi or Dedola and all them. Can you not?
Give me an example.
Bro, stop
Not
it.
so
Give
much.
maybe like-
no.
Okay, give an
He's
example.
popular now, obviously. Him. No.
That's see what. But that's
He's
what I'm saying.
popular. He's popular.
That's-
He's popular. Don't use it.
No,
He's
I'm not that
popular.
Why not?
He's popular.
So
You
why
can
not?
easily meet her because he's popular.
So give,
And he has money.
I'm
So
talking about a
that's
normal person. Talk
He's
for a
saying the
normal
average
person.
nigga that
Like,
works in this entire
Normal guy,
infidelity
I have
bank.
money, but I have no presence. Where am I going to meet her?
Bro, you can. Bro,
Even
Lagos.
if let's even say
bro, you can meet anybody.
let's even say I meet her. Let's say I meet her.
No.
I'm telling
No,
you.
for you in our generation in Lagos, you don't know this top 10 socialites. You are there. Do you know?
See, bro, I
Top
think
10 socialites
You know-
in our. No, I'm
wait.
telling you now. So
You know how you said, wait,
don't
can
use
I-
your truth.
No, even with my own
Top
example.
10 socialites, you
I
are
want
there.
to use your example, what
Okay,
you said. You know how you
okay.
said now everybody knows you as food critic, but
Yeah.
you've grinded. It's the same way for
I'm
me.
not debating
It
it.
doesn't-
I day on
no
street. There's a way
question.
I had to
So
build my
no
your reality
questions.
now, because you can easily meet them. Don't take it as
Now,
everybody else's
no,
reality.
I know it's not, but what I'm saying is from even when I started, Mayowa, I know how I day on streets.
There's
Yeah,
just
but
go back factors to that.
Nobody
You
knew
don't want
me.
to acknowledge.
Nobody knew me.
Okay.
I put myself out there.
Yeah,
introducing-
but you were-
and then
but
that's
your
when I even
trade,
saw-
your
no, but
trade.
what I'm saying is what I realized too. And I
Your
know what I'm about to
industry,
say.
yeah.
But what I'm also saying is like from there, that's when I even learned the Nigerian way. When I first moved back, like bro, you can actually meet anybody if you package yourself a certain way, you carry yourself
And
a
you go to
certain
some
way.
places.
You go to some places, which is why I said the average guy, if he should decide to wear trad today, get some nice shades and just wear a wrist, that nigga
depends.
can enter.
yeah, but bro,
anywhere.
you can enter anywhere. But do you know what it means to have an audience?
But
Or
that's
oh,
an
hey, how you doing?
individual.
Let's
But
talk.
that's now an
Actually.
individual based thing in terms of the character of
You
the
guys do
person.
cigars.
No,
No,
we don't.
No, remember we had this conversation.
Cigar lounge, but people have met in that
See what I'm
place.
saying? Now, listen to
People
this.
that on a normal day, I have no business meeting them.
Yes.
Bro, I'm friends with 3 sons. Not like we are. I have no business.
Now, do you know why? Do you know why
Being
this is?
friends, not knowing them. So like some places you go to would open some.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
That's what I'm
Cigar,
saying, like,
cigar
you can-
culture is
anything can
already
happen.
elitist culture, right? And so by virtue of that, what room? See, again, you're not going to find the average person smoking Cubans every now and then.
Okay, can I give an example?
That shit is
Tell
not
me-
cheap, by the way.
Tell me, okay,
No, no.
cut-
Cheapest is 50K for a stick.
Copyright. There's a point when South Social was popping and all that. Now
She's a
South
DJ.
Social
She
was
wants to blow.
no,
So like,
bro. She never used to go to event, bro.
Okay.
Copy will go and sit down, chilling, no security, no nothing, just to chill with her girl. Everything day,
Yes.
with all the regular folk, right?
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Something like that now. If it just depends on the character of the individual to say, yo, I want to go say hi to her.
you are using one example.
it's still
of a person
still
that
too
is a DJ
streamlined. Yes.
That is social.
Oh yeah,
It's
let's
still
look
too
Same thing, for
streamlined.
example, now.
It's not-
People rarely see that big.
Yes. Where
Copy
do you
is the
where
social one that is
see
the
just like
DJ.
you,
Copy
you
has
have
to
to
be
be
outside.
outside for
Okay,
your trade.
Like I saw Timmy now at Kaiser.
Really?
The one you mentioned. Yeah.
Are you serious?
And the thing is, when I saw, like, I have
I've been
no
going there.
reason.
I've never seen that big one there.
Oh,
No,
no,
But
no.
even
The
if
one
you
in
see,
Ikoyi.
so
I was
even
there yesterday.
The one
so
in Ikoyi,
so
yeah.
even if you see
I saw
her,
that, and then if I see her now, it's an individual based thing to know if I'm going to meet her
I'm not
or
to be
say
weird.
hi.
even if
like,
you meet
even
her,
when-
oh hi, I tell you my name is okay, can I get your number? Who?
no, but yo, if you don't, that's why I said if you got your game right,
Nah.
My bro,
I thought
see,
you guys are nah.
there's a level you get to with your kind of money. I'm sorry,
but
but
let's say I'm not Maya.
you're not giving numbers at Eric Kaiser.
because this is how I've always been. If I walk
Only
by
she feels
and I'm walking
you.
by and I'm
Yeah.
walking by and I see, oh, yo, sorry, excuse me, you tell me, oh, nice to meet you. No, I've seen a few of your things online. I want to introduce myself. Okay, nice. Can I get your socials? Like we go have
What
that
I'll
conversation.
use is,
See how the
wine
accent.
glass.
Wait,
Oh,
look, see how
are
the
you
accent.
doing
See how the
this?
accent came out small.
Yeah.
Like, you got show like, hey, how you doing?
Hey God.
How you doing, Timmy?
Hey,
Hey, already.
That's even true. Let's play a game. So the game to catch them. So you use this thing.
Me, I
do
no get
my-
game.
No, you get
I
game.
no get game.
But this your Brady Lambert. Now I'll use food critic. That
Yeah, let's
I
go.
see you eating a burger, chicken or beef. Oh, beef. Really? Can I sit down here? Oh, I'll talk about food. I'll use food to enter and collect number. What would you do?
To be honest,
There's game.
I don't have game.
Is it like there's game?
I don't have game.
She's not here.
Our friends zone
Best,
myself
the best thing I'll do is I'll say,
to collect number.
so no, so you
Not
see,
to talk.
if
Talking
you're
is
at-
not hard.
Yeah, if you're at a
Collecting
restaurant,
number,
if you're
yeah.
at a restaurant, to be
It's
honest,
harder actually.
yeah, if you're at
It's
a
harder.
restaurant, it's harder.
Because she wants to be alone. She wants to eat.
But at the same time, there are ways. See, there's a lot of things. There are ways to actually break in, but it has to still be food. If you're at a
It's
restaurant,
food straight up.
so me, I'll just be like, you know what? I heard this person has the best baguettes, but I actually have no idea. You look like you have better taste. Can you recommend something?
My nigga.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you were going to talk about your. So what's your own game now? If you're going to toast him,
I'm walking.
Not
Now,
a
the
whole
thing
ass
is-
scenario.
No,
What
I'm
the
walking.
fuck, man?
Now, this is where Fine Boy also plays a part.
She's eating pasta.
Fast plays a part.
All of us
because-
are fanboys already. So,
that's why I said it's going to play a part. So as you walk now,
You're fine, Asha.
this how there's levels to it. So that's why I said you have to test it
Oh,
first.
yeah.
So the first one is the eye test. As you walk, if she looks back at you for 2 seconds, okay, that's a green light. So I'll know. I'll go to the bathroom. If I get that look for 2 seconds, I'll go to the bathroom. Okay, I've gotten the green light. I come back. Oh, yo, sorry, excuse me. Your name is Temi, right? Oh, nice to meet you. My name is Michael Shinaro. Like, I've seen a few of your content online and I love
That's
it.
the accent.
Oh, no,
Accent, yo.
you see.
Wait,
Trust me.
first of all,
Trust
let me
me.
tell you why you've blocked yourself already.
How?
Why?
Your Tammy right means that she knows you know her from somewhere.
Fanboy.
She's already guarded.
Okay.
She's already
But
put
let
a
him
wall up for
continue.
you.
Wait.
But go on.
Let him continue.
Oh yeah, go on.
And
Everybody knows
that's
her
why I said-
already.
Because
Let him
you see
continue.
that you don't mention a name, just hide.
wait,
I'd
now.
like to get.
That's why I
She's
said
you're treating her as a normal
wait,
person.
but-
It's,
Oh, yeah,
it's,
oh,
it's,
yeah.
there's a
Oh,
reason
yeah,
I'm
oh,
doing
yeah,
that. Don't
oh,
worry.
yeah.
You see, I want to build your guard up to
Oh,
break
yeah.
it down.
Look at this.
Continue.
So
I'm
I
enjoying
like,
it.
Oh, let's claim
your name is
Yankee, but
your name-
really you're a man in the blood.
you know. So he's like, yo, your name's Timmy, right? Okay, my name's Mike. I love you. I've seen some few of your content. I love what you do, by the way. I do similar things, by the way. Okay, yo, do you live in Lagos, by the way? Because I see you travel a lot. Okay, cool. All right, nice to meet you. Look, there's an event I'm doing. I don't know if you're the going out type, right? I don't know if you're the going out type. I don't know if you're the going out
Everybody
type.
has their strengths.
I don't know if you're the going out type, but I actually want to invite you to an event I'm doing. I have a lot of international people that come, and I think you have fun with it. I don't want to say what I really say, but you know, I'm improvising. So it's from there. She'll not say, I don't really go out. I say, look, I know people like you that are indoor people. Trust me, I'm the same way. But I'm gonna bust your head if you come. All right. So give me your Instagram. You know what? I'm thinking now because I really there's some things I want to say I can't say on camera because Mr.
fine.
Otedola, just in
She
case
will
you watch that show. I know.
She will now
I know.
research him.
I
She
didn't-
checks out and she, you know.
Agreed. No,
I can't do
agreed.
that
Agreed.
often.
I mean,
Actually,
Let me not lie.
she will now research
I was
who
doing.
is this
Let me
guy.
not lie. I won't talk that much. I'll say,
Yeah.
but what I always do is see. For me, when I meet women, especially, I don't want you to know I want you on the first time because I want you to go and do your
Yep,
research.
that's exactly it.
She will
See,
now research.
Because when you do your research now, you go say,
Easily.
"Oh my god, he ain't bad," you know.
Easily.
Like, okay,
Easily.
from there, I've
Damn.
gotten you.
Easily.
Now the ball is in my court. Once you've gone to do your research, that's why I said package. It's from
Yeah.
it's from Niger boys. I learned
Yeah.
this thing. Now
See, let me
package
tell
you.
you. Actually, that's. I mean, and the key thing is I don't want her knowing I know her on the first date.
No,
That's-
but
Why?
she's me.
I'm not going to deny you, babe. Don't worry. I
No,
know
no,
who
no.
you
I'm
are.
saying I
know
don't
who
want
you are.
her like
Don't
feeling
make
like.
it obvious.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
that's what I'm saying. I
wait,
don't want her
I
feeling
beg-
like.
don't
I
be
beg,
funny,
Mr. Easy, if you're watching this, not joke.
No, you know.
I
now.
beg, not
All
joke.
love,
Yeah,
all
head
love,
joke.
all love, all love.
All right.
We need to get him on the pod sometime. Actually. Yes.
That's why I said I beg, not
Fair
joke.
enough.
Before you say,
Anyways, yeah. I mean, to be
Okay.
honest, it's all free game. But like our earlier point is, the reality of meeting people like this, they work in a different social bubble, right? Not that it's unrealistic. It does happen. You can.
I
actually
think you
run
just
into-
have
In
to
the north,
package
it's
it.
impossible.
I agree.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you
not
know,
disagreeing.
in the north-
But in Lagos,
Yes, yes.
it's,
In the
you
north,
can meet
it's
anybody.
like it's
Mama.
impossible.
Yeah,
In
You
the
can
north.
meet anybody in
I
this
agree with
Lagos. All it takes is one of your guys just say, "Guy, come." You meet my guy.
No, no, see, no.
Should I tell you something you guys don't
Lagos
know?
is very connected.
You guys are island kids. I know you grew up on the
Yes,
mainland, but
yes.
your reality
So we're in a bubble,
and the
right?
mainland
Yes.
reality, I
Are
promise
different.
you, it is different.
I agree with
because
you.
you stay
I
on
agree
the
with
island.
you.
People on the mainland do not have close to your reality of meeting people in there.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree.
I
with you.
promise you.
Why? But then,
I
why?
Island
promise
people
you.
are connected though.
Do you know why I
let's be
said
honest.
I'm also questioning? Yeah, I'm going off my life.
Okay.
Even when I lived on the mainland, I would still go and network. Like, bro, I did take taxi every time to island before to go and meet people. I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, by the time I moved to the island, like properly, I was like 19, 20. So I was established. But even early on then, I made sure I always went to network with people or go to the parties on the
You were
mainland.
intentional about it. So we're saying
Yeah,
on an
it's-
average,
Mainland is a community
we're
thing.
catching you
Beyond
like
my
you were very
community,
intentional about it, but like
Fair.
on the
Yeah.
mainland is different.
It's a community
It's
thing.
a different
if
world.
if it's not on our streets, I used to live on the mainland, and I lived in Tejo. Beyond my street, if it wasn't, so it was my street, and of course I was much younger then, but my street, school, and that was it. Beyond my street area, and maybe the next street. Honestly, my community did not grow any more than that. And so any of my friends were built around that. Maybe if I now had friends from school that lived in other places that can carry me
You're
there,
not gonna visit them.
other than that, there was never really any reason
Yeah,
to
maybe
explore.
that's a Niger thing.
Yeah.
Because in Yankee, even when we grew up in like my neighborhoods and all that, like, yo, you would walk to other neighborhoods, be like, yo, you guys play basketball? You guys play this? All right, cool. And that's how you just started making friends with kids there. But like you said, in Nigeria, like when I went to Adeni Jones now my friends from my streets, it's like when I had to be intentional now that I'll go to Magodo, I'll go to all these
You're
other
an
areas.
extrovert, so it happens.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So
But
Very
yo,
intentional.
guys, because of time, because Lord knows this has been a while. This is probably going to be our longest episode,
It's
but
been a
you'll
sweet
enjoy
episode,
it. But
I
you've
swear.
enjoyed it. If you've made it this far, that means you've enjoyed it.
yeah.
Shout out to you, man, for coming onto the pod. Do you have any shout outs?
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I thoroughly enjoyed
Glad
myself.
to hear that.
I
Glad to hear
thoroughly
that.
enjoyed
Don't go and
myself.
critique us, so I beg.
No.
Actually, critic us once a year.
You guys
Very
served
good, man,
whiskey in a party cup.
Nah, but where can
No
the
option for on the rocks. Just
Excuse
neat.
So wait, have you ever done wedding food reviews?
No, I'm not very listen. That no.
You don't want to touch that line?
Why would I be reviewing someone's food at their wedding? You could be like shaming them. So
Yeah,
like, maybe if
I
they get-
see.
based
based
how
off their
that's-
budget. So like if you are my rich friend, I
Imagine
can
you saying
tease
the
you and
girl-
just look at this rich guy, Kini. If you are rich, but
Yeah,
if
but it's like
if you are
their
a
wedding
middle
day,
nigga, no,
It's
no,
almost
no,
like questioning why
that's
you
trolling
didn't put
them,
more
yeah.
into
It's
your
like the
food
way some
budget.
people now. I always joke, and that's why I said at this point I always wanted a big wedding at first, but not anymore because in
I
Nigeria
love
now
that.
Never
you hear
wanted a
people
big-
say,
big wedding,
"Eh,
God
their wedding
forbid."
was just okay." Ha!
after all the money
Like
you
weddings
spent.
are events.
As in-
Weddings are events. Somebody
as
say,
in-
it was just an okay wedding. I mean, it was all right. You are there for the union. You are
Exactly.
saying the wedding was just okay.
Exactly. You guys, oh, the couple looked happy. That's what I about. Which one is the wedding was okay? And he said, the food wasn't that much. The food wasn't that much. How much did you put in
And
it?
the party could have been better.
It's like a Davido wedding I went here because Davido is rich. I'll just
I mean, there's a pedestal.
you
to
know,
that.
poke small, but like
yeah.
an average guy that almost saved a lot. I don't want wala.
Yeah,
You know, that's the
no, I
sense
get
to
you. I
it.
get you.
All right, but
All
yo,
right, man.
you can find us on Menisms Pod on YouTube and all our social platforms, Apple Music. I said Apple Music, Apple, Spotify. You can find us on our individual socials. They'll put it on there under the. You guys, I'm tired and please, I've not slept. I just came back from a booking this morning, so forgive
right,
me. And
all right.
Game of Thrones, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
So until next time, Maji, thank you for coming on. We appreciate
coming
you.
through.
With me.
I'm Michael Shonario,
And I'm Orogun Koya.
and we'll see you next time on Menisms.